CEO, and welcome to Friday, another day of nonsense. So, anyway, we want to just get to it. This is the video that everyone is talking about, and we want to say happy Black History to all that's celebrating along with us. But we expect more from the President of the United States of America. We're going to take a look at the video that he posted on his social media. We can't do the sound. They use Lion King sound. But this is a video that was posted on Lion King, and it's awful. Let us get this straight. What Donald Trump posted on his social media is inexcusable and blanket racism. He shared offensive, dehumanizing depictions of Barack and Michelle Obama, imageries that have sparked outrage across the country and the world. This isn't just tone deaf, it's a stark contradiction to any claims of celebrating Black history. Today, we're breaking down why this matters, why people are furious, and why this kind of messaging cannot go ignored. For the record, this video condemns racism. We are here to analyze, call it out, and hold those responsible accountable, not promote it. Not promoted. So we're letting it play. And first of all, the Lion King does not have apes in it. Yeah. So Caroline Leavitt came on and like tried to make light of it, saying that he was showing like he's the king of the jungle or whatever the case may be. So you're not depicting Lion King because there are no apes. But as Black Americans, and this is Black History Month, I most definitely have a problem with this. Now, yesterday, he did TrumpRx.gov rollout lowering prescriptions. He also went to a prayer breakfast. How do you come the following day dehumanizing the former president of the United States of America and his wife, along with every Black person in this country? This is blatant racism is what it is. And it's coming from the White House. Now, Trump posted this video. Now they're saying that it's coming from a staffer. You know they're going to do that because people have been making demands to pull that video that I just showed you down. But out of all the problems that are going on inside of this country, this is showing us, especially Black people, because now he has lost 20% more of the Black vote. I don't know what the Republicans are thinking, because you need other ethnicities to get into office. And you have lost us, period. You have lost us as a people. What's going on inside this country that's being swept under the rug, 5,000 arrests in Memphis. You're going to go to where Black people are. They're still doing like the 1994 crime bill, going into these different majority blue states to arrest Black people. And this is how you keep slavery going on. They arrest them for anything and everything. This is a racist administration. And I was blaming Stephen Miller because he's an out and out racist. And the funny thing about it, and Elon Musk, neither one of them are elected to office. But I hold Trump responsible because he is the sitting president of the United States of America. And he's supposed to be the president of all the people, of all of us. You can't separate, I'm just the president of white people. You're the president of Hispanics, Blacks, Asians, Native Americans, all of us, indigenous, all of us. And we're not going to tolerate this. This is not the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, or whatever. This is 2026. And now everything that was hidden is out in the open. You can't bamboozle people and lie to people any longer because we see what's going on. It's available. And if they won't show it here in the United States, it's being shown throughout the world, out around the world. the suppression that continues, that they rolled out DEI. Oh, DEI is, is supposed to be black people are supposed to be the picture of it when it doesn't benefit us. Even I'm calling out the NAACP. Y'all care more about non-citizens and the LGBTQ than the black community that you're supposed to be representing. They don't even talk about all the atrocities that are being done in current time to the black community since this administration has taken office. And we have been rocking with Trump, supporting some of the things that he has done, like closing the border. We've given him credit for that. We like that he came in and he's trying, I don't know how successful he's been because the numbers change, that he says that he has stopped 8 wars or he ended 8 wars. I like the fact that he's been calling himself bringing businesses and industries into the United States. But meanwhile, he has made sure that almost 500,000 federal workers who were black women have lost their jobs under his administration. And we're looking for employment to go up for all Americans. Because when Biden was in office, he ran on saying that he had a high percentage of hiring rates for the black community. 2 million black men voted for this man. People supported Trump. And now he's slapping everyone in the face like we're going to say, oh, well. Hell no. We're not saying, oh, well.
Even Tim Scott was like...
Go ahead. Tell me what Tim Scott had to say.
Even Tim Scott
Come in the view.
Even Tim Scott was in disbelief over this disgusting thing that he posted to his Truth Social.
And he's the only black sitting senator. Mm-hmm. And he said, I hope that this isn't real. I hope that this is fake news. And that he said he has never seen anything as horrible come out of this White House as he did today. And then the thing about it, you're not going to acknowledge Martin Luther King. He didn't mention that, but he mentioned Columbus Day, which is what, in October? He didn't talk about Columbus. He went and before Black History Month, you're going to take a trip or you're going to do an executive order to remove history from out of Philadelphia Independence Mall from about George Washington and his black slaves. And he's going to the Smithsonian everywhere trying to move the atrocities that were done to the black community. Guess what? You can't, because God knows. God knows. You can't be in church yesterday and today you do this to God's people. Because then, guess what, you guys? Don't say you're Christians, because there's not an only white there's not an only white section in heaven. You know, all this racism, because the majority of the world we have melanin in our skins. The majority of the world has melanin. It don't make you superior because of the color of your skin. It makes you a human. A human when you do things for everybody, for everyone. No one is better than the other. Even God says that. None of us are better than the other. And to walk around, and it's not Trump and his administration, it's the people that support this bullshit. This is over the top. If he was quiet, okay, you're not acknowledging Black History Month, but you're going to take the former president and his wife and depict them as apes, these educated Harvard graduate, top of the class, former presidents that this president cannot say?
The most prestigious black people of all time.
I mean, are you kidding me? And see, they wanted to pick as a ape because as long as you could dehumanize a race and make them appear lesser than people who are of that ethnicity, they feel better. They feel better in their racism when they have no house, no car, no insurance, no mortgage, no food. They're on welfare. You're suffering, but they rather suffer as long as they think they're doing better than black people. Let me let you know, you're not. You're not. This is so disgusting and so wrong in so many levels. And to condemn Trump for this is wrong. He is the president. He has to behave or pretend he's a president. You can't do this to the people. Trump 2028 can stick it up your ass because he's not going to be voted in again. His reign is over with, but it's people that's going to come behind him. And they will not be elected in this country because you're alienating most of the people. You're alienating the Hispanics, blacks, Asians, indigenous, Indians. Oh, we all see, and most of all, white people don't like what's happening. White people aren't in agreement with this. They're fighting against this. They're fighting harder than black people are against this. They're not down with this.
I'm just regretting my vote more and more each day.
Tell them how you feel about it.
This is just abysmal, and it's
Talk louder.
It's just disappointing and outrageous for the president to post something racist but also be posting a meme. Like, it's like he's not understanding where he's at, the level he's at.
His position. Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't be, first off, not being racist, but also not posting a video in mockery of people you were running against in the other party. So it's just a lot of things going on, but it makes me just regret my vote for him more and more each day with everything he has done.
Well, he most definitely made people that voted for him that are black look like fools.
Yeah.
That have been supporting him look like fools.
Yeah.
That's what he's done.
That's why I said I was going to apologize on TikTok.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
Like this behavior is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You know what I expect from a leader? I expect a leader that's elected to the highest office to represent all the people. Okay? I expect them to be about Americans. Now, all the last few years, they talked about the open borders and all the illegal immigrants come in and criminals left out. You got MS-13, Trinidad and Tobago. You got terrorists. We got ISIS. We got 350,000 missing children. We got all these things going on inside this country. And he came and closed the border. And then within a year, all this is going on that he feels so emboldened and his administration feels so emboldened that they feel as though it's acceptable. Because all of us could have did without this. He could have just lead. You could do without this. Nobody going to stand around and accept this. Period. Regardless of race. If a black man was sitting in office and a black man did this, everyone would be outraged. It would be wrong. It's wrong. And it's unacceptable. Is he intentionally trying to lose support from all Americans? And even white Americans don't support him like this. They are fighting him in Minnesota. They're fighting him in every freaking state. They're fighting this man. People are growing weary. People can hang on to this bullshit, but we're not benefiting from him becoming richer. They say he has made over $1.4 billion since he has taken office in a year. We're doing all these government shutdowns. You're firing all these people, and it's hard, let me tell you, from someone who's always earned a living wage jobs, it's hard to replace living wage jobs. And then just to abruptly to get rid of just a segment that's black, everything black. Let's remove history. Let's go to the Smithsonian. Let's remove it out of the Pentagon. Any recognition or acknowledgement, and you want to remove it. It's wrong. You can't remove history. Just like you can't forget about the Holocaust. Let me make myself perfectly clear. You cannot remove what happened to enslaved people that were brought here against their will, and this government was built off my ancestors' backs. They were not immigrants. They were opportunity for those who enslaved them. That's what they were. They never were able to be free. And we're still going through racism because at the top, if you call black people thugs, then when you go in the store, you can pull up in a Rolls Royce, have $1 million worth of diamonds around your neck, and they're going to follow you in the store because you are black. Because when you keep hearing stereotypes, oh, black people are criminals, black people are criminals, black people are criminals, and they're not showing you no other ethnicity criminals. They're not showing that the majority of white people committing these mass shootings and all these crimes and cop killings. They want to, when a black person do something, that's supposed to represent all of us. They show you that black person. See, they're dangerous. We're not the dangerous ones in this country. Let's be clear. It's not us. We've been labeled it, but we're not dangerous. It's not us. And I don't want to hear anyone saying that they are a Christian and they go along with this, because this is not godly. Don't go to a prayer breakfast talking about, I don't know if I'm going to go to heaven and not all that. Well, Donald Trump, you're not going to get to heaven by works. He said, well, I did good things. No, you got to get to heaven through the Son, Jesus Christ. You could feed 1 million people. You could do also, come up with a cure to heal diseases. But that's not going to get you into heaven. What's going to get you into heaven is the Son, Jesus Christ. Because that's the only way is through him. And he died for all of us for our sins. And for people to still be so like, we got to be on top because of the color of your skin. So we got to make sure we step on everyone's neck because you don't want it to happen to you. The rest of the world is not as hateful and evil. All we want is people to do right. I know fairness is too much to ask. It's too much to ask. Because fairness for us means suppression for white people. Fairness. They're doing everything they can to suppress entry into colleges, funding, financing, everything. A lot of stuff that's going on that's not even being talked about. But people are waking up. And if you're not going to acknowledge Black History Month, don't do what you just did. Don't do this. You're not going to acknowledge Black History Month, but you're going to do something as demeaning and dehumanizing as what he did. He's not going to change his ways. He's almost an 80-year-old man. And you're still behaving like this, and you're going to answer to God sooner than later. Sooner than later. He's going to answer to God. This was some from Don Lemon's show. Not even interested in what this guy has to say. Yeah, I want him to finish.
That the president of the United States could either be this numb to racial sensitivities or this openly racist, and what that means for policy. What does that mean for how the country itself moves forward? Because we have not had openly racist presidents like this in a while.
Yeah. Monique Presley, and then what do you think of Caroline Levitt's response, blowing it off? This is about Trump, not about the Obamas.
Right. Good morning, everybody. Certainly, I agree, obviously, with Mr. President and with my brother Charles. I agree. I see people in the comments also talking about this being a big distraction. Here's what I want to say from a human being perspective and from a legal perspective. Murdering 300 people may be a distraction from the fact that they are trying to commit a heist. Because there are people evil enough where they would murder people in the streets. They would blow up a town in order to distract from a nuclear program or from stealing billions of dollars or from getting rid of our voter rolls, whatever the case may be. But that is still murder. And what I think we are losing, to Charles's point, what we are losing in the numbness of the repeated attacks is the fact that they're killing us. That they are quite literally getting away with murder, because even as much as we can walk and chew gum, I don't expect ABC to do a damn thing. I don't care what they do. I'm trying not to cuss, but I don't give a fuck. What I care about is what we do, because I'm not going to leave this alone. I am not. It's not going to just be this show. And I am going to place a demand on leaders that they repudiate these comments, that they demand the White House to do the same, that they worry about this president's stability, that they worry about his competence, and his entire cabinet, if they are willing to uphold somebody doing this. It is an abomination and a distraction. It is horrendous, and it's a red herring. It's a shiny, flashy thing, and it's rape. I don't know, what terms could I use for people to understand that they are raping humanity, that they are killing consciousness, they are slaughtering civility, and it is costing us our souls. That's the cost. So I need every pastor from every pulpit. I need every leader. I need every member of Congress. I need every person running for office. If they don't say anything about this, they can forget about me.
I heard that. And also I want to know what, what is his name? Byron Donalds of the world, or all of the other, black suck-ups or black Trump supporters, what they think about this. Comedian and thought leader D.L. Hughley is here as well. We want to bring him in, but first I want to hear from, good morning, D.L. I want to hear from Tim Wise. Hey, good, thank you. I stand by, D.L. I want to hear from Tim Wise here, that this is actually what you teach, Tim Wise, every single day. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, first, I hope Derek is correct that Trump is running out of white people, but I got to tell you, I've been white a long ass time, and racists seem to never run out of white folks. So we'll see. Stay tuned, right? I think you mentioned Caroline Leavitt. She hasn't been brought into the conversation yet. This is a woman who wears a big Jesus cross around her neck every time she gets up and bears false witness. So I suppose there are parts of the Bible she chooses to pay attention to, other parts she does not. What I think is important about this particular meme or this particular video, though, and it's worth commenting on, is it a distraction? Of course, potentially so. Is it obviously racist? Well, of course it is. But I think it's not just the fact that it's a trolling racist depiction of the Obamas. You can see that on any, sort of MAGA identified X account any day of the week. What I think people need to understand and appreciate is that this dehumanization of Black people, and particularly the use of simian imagery, the use of ape-like imagery, is an old trope. It is done deliberately to lower the threshold of acceptable violence against Black people. It is done to demean so that harm can be done. It is not some playful thing. I'm sure there are trolls on X that put stuff like that up just to trigger the libs or whatever they would say. But when you do this over and over, just like when the Labor Department puts out obviously white supremacist memes talking about we will have our homeland back or whatever, that is done to desensitize us to the overtly white supremacist and racist messaging, and not only messaging, but policy of this administration. And then finally, the greatest irony of this whole thing is that the only one acting like an ape in this scenario is Donald Trump, because apes throw shit on the walls. And that's what his X feed or his True Social feed is. He's just throwing shit on the walls like either like an ape or maybe like a 4-year-old child. And we're not apparently outraged enough about the fact that it's not only white supremacist, it's not only racist, it's childlike behavior on the part of the most powerful man on the planet.
Powerful man.
And speaking of that, that's what his supporters did on January 6th in the Capitol is spread.
It's just unacceptable. It really is. And I have a problem with all of this. It really does a lot to lose support. People are not going to support this. People are not going to support it. You can't support racism at this level. It's not going to be supported. It's not going to be tolerated. People still think this is back in the day. It's not. We have Chat GPT, we have Google, we have Wikipedia, we have Siri, we have all these search engines that you can find out everything in a matter of seconds. Nothing is hidden under the sun. You know, listen about nothing is hidden. So everybody knows and everybody sees what's going on. So like before social media, they can put a newspaper article out, but it didn't reach the world like that in a matter of seconds and minutes. Or they could have just one talking point and that sold all of us because that was the news. We respected the news. We relied on the news. So what they showed us, that's what we inadvertently believed. But now we know there is a such thing as fake news. And we know how influential the news can be and certain people can be, and they can set how we think about things. But to show where Trump true feelings are, to do this on Black History Month, you already didn't acknowledge Dr. Martin Luther King that won the Nobel Peace Prize, that fought for peace and equal rights. You didn't even acknowledge him, and it's a national holiday. And then they wanted to make it so that people couldn't even enter the museums free of cost like they were supposed to be able to. This is blatant racism is what it is. And then Karen Leavitt, she's going to come on, which, like, I'm even surprised. She's going to come on and she's going to make her statement. And this is someone who wears a cross all the time. You know, you can't wear a cross and then you say something. But the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt's statement on President Donald Trump posting a video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as monkeys. This is from an internet meme versus depicting President Trump as the king of jungle, and that the Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to America public. Now that last part was her statement. There's no apes or monkeys in The Lion King. There's no apes. And even if it was, this is still racially motivated. That's what this is about. And it's so wrong that what's happening now. And people are going to answer to this. And Tim Scott, the only Black sitting senator right now, he say praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of the White House. The president should remove it. This is Tim Scott. The president should remove it. Oh, there's many different congressmen and Republicans. Just in case some of y'all don't realize, Republicans are pushing back on this because it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And it's not going to be tolerated. I don't know what they expect people to, they think people are going to embrace this? Like they're going to say, oh, well, like it's okay? It's not okay. And the sad part about it, when you try to support someone and they do everything in their power to make you look like a fool for supporting them, like, I guess they don't want the support. They don't want the support. Because this is really no ifs and buts about it. It shows exactly who he is, what he represents, and it's sending a big message to Black Americans and to all Americans. It's sending a message to all of us is what it's doing. And it's a sad day in America to have this type of regime that feels as though that this is okay. And it's not okay. It's not okay. You know, I don't see anybody, first of all, I can't see anyone saying that you're a Christian and you say that this is okay. Black people can't even mind their own business without being attacked. It's ridiculous. The former president of the United States and his wife being depicted, nobody has ever said anything about Melania, what she looked like or this or that. Nobody tries to insult former leaders at this level, especially at the highest level. And that was done. This is so intentional and inexcusable. It's inexcusable. And it's not going to be tolerated. It's inexcusable. And he knows what he's doing. And I don't know why he thinks that people are in agreement with this. I don't understand why he thinks that people are going to go along with this, because we're not. Nobody's going to go along with this nonsense. I'm trying to find sellers. I really there's a lot of other videos and people that have stuff up. And as a Black American, I'm not accepting this.
I'm sure that's Scott Jennings.
Yeah. Hey, Don, if I could,
Charles, our internet is gone. Yes. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. We'll see you. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was going to say, the thing that white supremacy has always relied on, at least in the modern era, in the course of my life, is plausible deniability, right? And so the plausible deniability is harder when you have agents of the state murdering folks in the street. It's harder when you do the overt stuff. And so what I think is really important, Charles had mentioned this before, was or alluded to this before, is that when you have these spasms of overt racism, like what we're seeing with this meme, or what we're seeing with the killings and the beatings in the street, it oftentimes can serve as a foil for the stuff that they're doing behind the scenes that nobody's paying attention to. Not just the Epstein stuff and the tax stuff. I'm talking about the other racist shit. Like, for instance, paying attention this last couple of weeks, it got almost no media attention at all. But the Department of Education dropped their appeal to try to keep the ban on DEI in K-12 in colleges and universities. A court had thrown that out, said that it's unconstitutional, violation of the First Amendment. You can't ban these things. But guess what? Dozens of colleges, maybe hundreds of colleges, have already eliminated all equity efforts, at least under that name, fired people from those positions, rolled back programs that they had been operating for 30, 40, even 50 years. And how many of them do you think are actually going to put those back? Probably very few. So they've already gotten what they want. And it wasn't in a meme, and it wasn't in some racist insult put on Truth Social. It was an executive order and a dear colleague letter from the Department of Education. I beg to remind you, a department run by a wrestling lady, right? Run by a wrestling lady, previously run by the Amway lady. That's who we had the last time. So we've had the two worst Department of Education secretaries doing crazy stuff, and nobody wants to pay attention to that. We'll pay attention to the obvious and the overt, but nobody's talking about the fact that they're rewriting history, pulling things out of the Smithsonian, telling us we can't even call Byron De La Beckwith a racist, the man who murdered Medgar Evers, saying that we have to take the fact that he was a racist white supremacist off of the historical marker that's at that house. When we talk about the murder of Medgar Evers, this is the stuff that nobody seems to get incensed about. And let's understand, there's a method to it. If you can erase the history, you can treat it like an Etch-a-Sketch, that old school toy that we used to play with, where you just shake it up and shit just disappears. If you do that, then it allows young white people, including a lot of those young white folks that were in the streets in 2020, who were coming, into the movement, and as y'all have said, Charles said, scared the hell out of a lot of people. Right? It allows those white folks to grow up thinking, oh, well, I guess there has no harm, no foul. Like, what do you mean white supremacy? What history are you talking about? And when you erase that history, black and brown folks may still learn it at home. They may still learn it from family, but those white folks who are hearing it and learning it maybe in class or learning it on the internet are going to be completely devoid of the ability to engage in allyship, which is why I worry about the idea that Trump and people like him are going to run out of white folks, because we just keep making white folks do this shit for fun.
I would just say the NFL trying to do something about that, baby. The NBA and the NFL trying to do something about that.
But yeah, they pay racism in the end zone. I define white supremacy as those individuals who treat equality like their oppression, right? And that's just my
Equality like their oppression
phrase to encompass how I view white supremacy. But even more importantly, I think the bastardization of the president of the United States and Barack Obama, the dehumanization, goes to something that Black folk have been living through for a very long period of time, which is we don't get the benefit of our humanity. And so that's what happens when you see these pictures of apes. Because when you see people as something less than human, you're able to inflict violence on them. And I'm not just talking about state-sanctioned violence. I'm talking about the miseducation of Negroes throughout the South. In South Carolina, we still have a quarter of shame, where kids go to school and their heating and air don't work, where their infrastructure is falling apart. where if you have a heart attack in certain places in the South, we don't even have access to hospitals because they're 30, 40, 45 minutes away, right? I mean, this is the type of violence. You're talking about water systems that don't work. I'm not just talking about getting gunned down in the streets. I'm talking about redlining. I'm talking about the fact that Monique and her girlfriends are 3 and 4 times more likely to die during childbirth than their white counterparts, right? That's the type of violence that I'm talking about that comes with this dehumanization of people that because in my church at home in Denmark, South Carolina, we got Jesus, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Barack Obama, right? But when you're able to throw these images, particularly for younger white folks, when you're able to erase the history, when you're able to do these things and then portray him as an ape, I mean, and this is the rub for me. And Derek too. This is the rub for me. Look at everything that Lloyd Austin had to do to get his position, right? Look at everything that Jay Johnson had to do to get his position, and then look at Barack Obama, who had to be editor-in-chief of the Harvard Law Review to become a United States senator, to become president of the United States, and compare, I mean, and just on a very simplistic level, use complete sentences. Like his subject and verbs, they not fighting every time they speak. And we now have the antithesis to that in Donald Trump. And so I guess that's my fear. And we live in such a culture of low expectation that oftentimes we get what we expect. And I guess my youthful naivete is why I have this hope for tomorrow. And I am focusing on giving grace to those individuals who may have wrapped their arms around Trump. And this is where me and the panel might go sideways. Because I feel like we need them. I feel like we need them if we're gonna ever see that change that we want to see.
Listen, no, the saying is always right, and I know that Bakari will know this, and this is why on this instance I have to agree with him. It's not permanent friends. It's permanent interests.
I'm talking about a political conclusion, Monique. Like you
anybody in the civil rights movement knows that we align based on our interests, and the day when you and I align on something where my children's lives and my grandchildren's lives depend on it, I will be fighting with you from that day forward. Now, if you prove that I can't trust you, then no, you're back on the other side. But anybody who wants to come in and fight, I don't necessarily have to give you grace. I don't have to forgive you. I don't have to get overly emotional about it. Are you here now? Okay, organize now.
I couldn't disagree more.
Hold on, DL. I'm gonna get right to a point in a second. Here's the thing though. That is why for me today it is important that I know not what Trump did, but what people are going to do about it. Yeah. I've been saying for 2 weeks, I did an entire video. The emperor has no clothes. He's out here butt naked. Everybody really knows it, but nobody will say it. So who's going to be the little child who says he doesn't have anything on? I need people to understand that this is violent enough that they must call it out, and it has to be a rite of passage for the work that we do, because Bakari's right. Something could be done about the amount of distance Black women in Georgia have to travel in order to get well woman exams, in order to get prenatal care and services, if the voters understand that there's something they can do about it. And right now, the apathy is high, and the level to which we are numb is so high that people don't understand their own power. So this fool who posted that, I know he's a fool. I know he's ignorant. I know he's depraved. I know he's amoral. I know he's racist. Yesterday at the prayer breakfast, any room for that? But what will be said by the people around him, and how will we organize around the very real threat of racism? I know Congresswoman Crockett is coming on here, but she's been being given the business as a Black woman, and people are out here saying no more bullying. It's not about race. Bullshit.
So I just want to.
Yeah, it's like I don't support Trump in all of what he's displaying to the world of how he feel about Black Americans. My focus are Black Americans. We know we have a lot of other foreigners, but they didn't build this country. The immigrants didn't build this country. We did. We did. We have history here that they don't have. We've been here over 400 years, and we're in the Constitution for citizenship. We are, and Trump even admitted that. So I have a problem that this man ran around with, he has so-called black friends. I've seen him with Tyson, Oprah. He used to be a Democrat. All these different things. And it's amazing that he's got so emboldened and so influenced by the Stephen Millers and the Elon Musk, and that they racism is coming out of their pores. Like, you might think you king on earth, but there's only one king, and his name is Jesus Christ. There's only one king, and that you're going to answer to. So you can run around thinking that you could do harm to people and be racist and be biased and be prejudiced, all of the ism. You could do all of it, but you will stand before God and you will answer to him. And this is wrong. Like, you can still support Trump, MAGA, or Republicans, but you can still call him out on bullshit. You can do both. I wanted what's best for all of us, for all Americans. That last administration, to me, we couldn't survive another administration like that because Russia was going to bulldoze over us. China was going to invade Taiwan. Our economy and everything was crashing. We had people in office or that were trying to come into office. Kamala couldn't handle $1 billion. She received $1 billion in 3 months for her campaign, and ended the 3-month campaign that she only saw it for 1 month, and she talked in word sounds with a $22 million debt. We needed people to bring us out of this $38 trillion deficit. Right now, the dollar is devalued. Your dollar is not worth what it used to be. And the more they print money, the more it's devalued. The world is buying precious metals. Okay? Y'all need to catch up with what's really going on. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done inside of this country. And you know what? It's okay. Some people get butt hurt because the truth hurts. But you're not black. You're not black. And you can be racist. It's free to be racist. But guess what? It's not going to get you any damn where. Did it get you a better house? Did racism get you a better health care? Are you living better? Are you living better? If you're the superior one, why you need everybody else for everything? You need people to build the country. You got bad people. You need people to pick your crops. You got immigrants. You need other ethnicities for everything else. But having a president that ran on and was bragging about the support of the black community, this is a slap in the face. You're not going to erase American history. You're not going to erase it. I don't give a damn what you try to do, because as long as everybody got social media and have a voice, kids you think white kids not going to find out? They on social media. They learning more from social media than they are from their classrooms. So no matter what you think you removing from museums, the Smithsonian and all this, like they not going to know, guess what? They are smart and they are active. And they're on social media more than they pick up any damn book. So they know what's going on. See, back in the day, you could remove the books and then nobody would know, but you can't do it now. Thank God for the time we're living in. But they're going to try. They're going to try, but you're going to answer to the people. This stuff that's going on, how could this man attend a prayer breakfast and then you do something like this the following day? Is Jesus real to any of y'all? Do y'all believe in God? Do y'all believe in God? No one thinks you're better than people. You might be crueler than other people, more hateful, but you're not better than anybody. And we're tired of it. I mean, this just hit me to the core because it was unexpected. I didn't see this coming with Trump. You mean out of anything and everything that you could focus on that's happening in this side of this country, that's your focus? You've done, since you've been in office, you've been attacking the black community, trying to strip us of affirmative action, diversity, equity, inclusion, which we haven't benefited from, but migrants and LGBTQ and white women are number one at the top of the food chain that benefited from DEI. But they're going to let you think it's us. And that's wrong. That's what the media wants you to believe. It's not us that benefited. But he's going step by step. They got a plan to try to think they could take people back to being suppressed. F no. F no. F no. Because the whole damn country is going to be against y'all. Y'all have lost black people now. You lost black people. I could tell you lost the black people that voted for Trump and supported Trump. It's finished. It's over with. Nobody's going to support, especially following him, another racist that come from his administration. So J.D. Vance, you could kick rocks. And anybody else following you with this same mindset. This country doesn't have the energy when we got $38 trillion worth of debt and all this bullshit that's going on, to have y'all still trying to act like y'all superior, and he running around with an Indian wife that's blacker than I am. And still trying to be racist. She's dark-skinned. And she ought to feel truly uncomfortable around all these white supremacists. She should feel extremely uncomfortable. When you sitting in there, you're the blackest thing in the room. It's incredible. But he's at a prayer breakfast. Let's see what he has to say.
And then I never get a fair break from the fake news, which is back to, that's a lot of fake news. Because last time I was having a lot of fun. We had a big rally. We had 60,000 people, and I'm talking about the fact that I will never make it to heaven. I will never, ever, and I was being funny. I was trying to be, you can't be sarcastic with them because they write your words, and the people who are reading the words are much different than them. But I said, I'm never going to make it to heaven. I just don't think I qualify. I don't think there's a thing I can do, but all of these good things I'm doing, including for religion, religion's back now hotter than ever before. I mean, I have to tell you. But I said, even though I did that and so many other things, I named things, I said, I won't qualify, I'm not going to make it to heaven. And the New York Times did a front page story that Donald Trump is questioning his life and the meaning of his life. No, I was just having fun. I really think I probably should make it. I mean, I'm not a perfect candidate, but I did a hell of a lot of good for perfect people. That's for sure. Right, Mr. Speaker? And I never get a fair break from the fact.
Let me be clear. Trump is right. There's a slim chance, unless he repent, and it says Jesus Christ is his Lord and Savior, he will not make it to heaven. But Jesus died for all of us, including him. But it's not by good works. He think that, oh, my good works, I did this, I did that. That's not, he doesn't know the Bible. The Bible speaks about that. People think by their good works. You're not going to get in heaven by your good works. It's believing in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and repenting of your sins and forgiveness. But he's corrupt. He's not for all the people. The Trump in this administration is not the Trump 45. With his record 45 is the only reason, let me be clear, that I considered him. Because I've always been straight down, like all black people, voting for Democrats who haven't done shit for us. It's like no party to support. Now I am an independent voter. I'm an independent voter. I'm not voting according to party affiliation. I'm voting according to policy. What are you going to do for us? What are you doing that's going to benefit my community? Are you going to provide more jobs for all Americans? Like, what are you going to do for all of us? So it's not going to be about red or blue and have us fighting each other. Well, I voted, yeah. If I voted for a lot of people that I shouldn't have voted for, I shouldn't have voted for that goddamn Biden. Because when I voted for him, I was unaware that he was the author of the 1994 crime bill that caused mass incarceration of black men. And then you got these MFs talking about where the black fathers are when those damn people are the ones that put black men in jail and over-sentence black men. And then allow them to be raped in jail, taking their manhood away. They come out here, then they raping other unsuspecting children or family members. And they keeping the birth rate down. Then they put Planned Parenthood in our neighborhoods. Even at the freaking damn Democratic National Party, they had a damn Planned Parenthood vehicle, whatever, giving abortions, eliminating kids. And when the party changed and they made it about LGBTQ, that goes against what I believe in. When they made it about same-sex marriages, that goes against what I believe in. When they start putting men and women sports, that goes against what I believe in. It's like, where do you go? Where do you go? So you got to look at each individual, what they represent, and how are they benefiting us as Americans? Because I don't believe what Jesus is not, what he's against, I'm against. What he's for, I'm for. We didn't have any good candidates running for office. All these intelligent, articulate, freaking Harvard graduate people who are fair and kind and intelligent and articulate don't run for president. We had one asshole running against another asshole. One who couldn't run, who was silent 4 years as a VP. Then we had this other guy that he like, well, if they were doing the job, we wouldn't have to run. And he's in it for himself. It was like, okay, I was concerned about Kamala because the rest of the world would have run over us with her. She was too weak. Putin respects strength. Even though Trump is turned out to be a jackass, they still respect him as strength. China wants to be the world leader. They waiting to invade Taiwan. And Trump is saying, well, they promised me they're not going to invade Taiwan as long as I'm in office. Because guess what? We're their allies. That will start World War III. Okay? And Putin is not backing down off of Ukraine. Nobody's even talking about that now. We got all this stuff going on. And to come out and people feel like he's doing this also because of Epstein's files. To deflect. Because they want more to come out. There's so much more to come out. But guess who's not part of Epstein files? Barack Obama. He's not. Upstanding president. He's not part of it. He's not part of it. But to be this out and out racist, he's lost a lot more voters. A lot more people. And I'm not talking about just black people, just in case that's what some of you might think. White people are pushing back at this because you know why? It's wrong. They're pushing back at this. White people have been campaigning and they've been fighting him tooth and nail. My white brothers and sisters, they're fighting this administration because there's a lot of things that's going on that's unacceptable. And this is unacceptable. I expect more but black people, we're going to celebrate Black History Month. Because we contributed so much. You're not going to demean us, demoralize us, dehumanize us. Because here we stand. And the only people that feel like they need to do that are weak, cowards, insecure, sensitive, emotional men. They can't be men and stand on their own 2 feet and take care of their families like they're supposed to. Nobody's going to tolerate this crap.
After President Trump posted a video that includes a racist meme depicting former President Obama and his wife Michelle as apes. Now the Senate's only black Republican senator is responding and calling out the White House. ABC's Jay O'Brien's here with more on that. Hi, Jay, what's the latest?
Yeah, Diane, just moments ago, the video was deleted from President Trump's account, and it comes after a growing chorus of Republican lawmakers called on the White House to take the racist image down, including, as you say, Senator Tim Scott, who posted the image in addition to his post. ABC is not showing the image, but we are showing you the post, and it says, quote, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. The racist image comes at the end of a minute-long video the president posted on his social media platform. The first 59 seconds describe debunk election conspiracy theories from 2020, and at the end, the video suddenly cuts to an animated meme showing the Obama's faces on the bodies of apes. The NAACP is out with a statement saying in part, quote, Donald Trump's video is blatantly racist, disgusting, and utterly despicable, end quote. That again from the NAACP. Images of black people as apes have been used throughout American history to dehumanize them. Slave traders and segregationists use these types of images to depict black people as inferior, and at times it's led to violence. Initially, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said in a statement, quote, this is from an internet meme depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage.
No apes in the jungle.
Something today that actually matters to the American public, end quote. But again, since that statement, the video now appears to have been deleted, and the White House is now saying from an anonymous staffer, quote, that they erroneously made the post.
12 hours up.
The video that Leavitt described in that initial
on his
statement
account
for you was originally shared on Facebook last October by the Hardin County Republican Party of Kentucky. The chairman of that group issued an apology at the time and deleted the original post after backlash. And again, a number of Republican lawmakers are reacting to this. Another is Republican Congressman Mike Lawler. He's posting, quote, the president's post is wrong and incredibly offensive, whether intentional or a mistake, and it should be deleted immediately with an apology offered. The Obamas have not commented on the video at this point, Diane.
All right, Jay O'Brien, thank you.
This is it's unacceptable on so many levels. First of all, because he's the president of the United States, and what he says carry weights. To put this on his social media, left it up there for over 12 hours, refused to take it down, and then the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, going to come out like this is supposed to be okay. Okay, talking about like he's the king of the jungle, Lion King music and all of that, where there's no apes in the Lion King, first of all. But the thing about it is to dehumanize former president and his wife and Black History Month. This is how Trump acknowledging Black History Month. He owes Black Americans an apology. That's who he owes an apology. Because you're the president of all of us. Not just your white counterparts, not your racist white supremacist group that think that they can continue to suppress people of this country. Those days are over with. White people are not going along with this. The only ones that go along with this are the ones who are afraid of the threat of that they won't have white privilege. Is that it? Or something like that? People don't care how much privilege you have. People just want to be able to pay their freaking mortgage and their rent and their bills and send their kids to colleges and be able to go on vacations and have family fun time. People want to enjoy this precious life that God has given us. You only get one, and then you enter into eternity. Either you're going to be burned in a lake of fire or you're going to be in heaven with Jesus. Which one do you choose? What you going to get into heaven saying, oh, but they were black? It's okay that I was a racist, God. God is holy. He created us. Do you know the first that you come from Everybody was birthed from a black woman. Do you know that? White people didn't come around to the 1600s. Everybody had melanin in their skin. So you come from us. But as long as you can step on history and step on culture and step on all the things that we have contributed in this world, and you think to keep people, see, people perish for lack of knowledge. See, you try to take away the knowledge and try to rewrite history. You're not going to rewrite history. I don't care how hard you try, because we're living in a different age that is available to everyone. Everyone. And like I said, the kids today, they learn more online than they do in school. And they have black friends, Hispanic friends, Asian. They don't have the same prejudices that maybe some of their parents might have. And they're going to do right by this country. There's some great young people that are online that are super intelligent and smart, and they're speaking up and speaking out. This old regime that, like, Trump is 80, like back in their day, he grew up in that all-white restaurants and different color, signs for white people only, black people only, washrooms and water fountains. They didn't grow up like this. They grow up with everybody having equal right to just enter any restaurant, sit anywhere on the bus, eat it, They're not in that era. That the stuff that's going on is inexcusable. That's what I put in the title. It's inexcusable.
Yeah.
It's blanket racism. There's no coming back from this. And people say, well, did they vote for him or didn't they? Guess what? When people show you who they are, believe them. Nobody's going to keep going along with bullshit once it's displayed. Once you put it out there, like when you hide it, then, okay, then you don't know. Oh, yeah, I did the First Step Act that Biden, he caused mass incarceration of black people. And I did the First Step Act that allowed black people to be released from prison. Him and his son-in-law, Kushner. Obama couldn't get that passed, but Trump did. I had a real high employment rate for black people. HBCUs, I want them to do well. I've given more than other presidents to HBCUs. That was first-term Trump. Now he got the ear of all these racist people who write in his speeches, like Stephen Miller. But I can't blame him for everything. This is Trump.
Yeah.
Because he's the president. And the person at the top gets all the blame. All they're trying to pass above, well, they took it down to staffer. They always say staffer. We want to know what's the staffer name. Show us who the staffer is. Because y'all trying to just put a blanket staffer. That could be anybody. It came from Trump. Nobody has access to his personal social media without his permission. And run it past them. He's not going to allow that to be posted unless he allowed it.
And see how much Trump likes to tweet. I know it's not called tweet anymore, but see how much Trump, how active he is on social media.
Very active on social media.
This was posted by Trump.
Yeah, and he had to approve anything under the name. He's the president of the United States. No random staffer could go on the president's on his social media. They have access to it and post what they want to without his permission. Without his permission. So nothing is done without his permission. And we have a lot to say, but I don't support this. But you know what? What can we do now? What's the answers? How is America going to move forward when we got a president that's attacking Americans? First he said, well, I'm going to get the illegal immigrants. We got these people running around our countries that are murderers, rapists. We got ISIS. We got the cartel. We got 50,000 national Chinese people running around. We got all these people running around this country. And they still got time to try to suppress black people. Still, that's their biggest like ambition is to suppress black people. Right now, the National Guards, he got the National Guards telling me we're safer. We're not fucking safer. You think That's what Biden and them tried to do with the 1994 crime bill. Oh, if you lock up black people, it's safer. But we don't commit the most crimes. You got to lock up white people if you want to solve crime. But see, they want to lock up black people because they need people to enslave black people, because jail is, you could give slave wages in jail. So that's another form of slavery. That's the game.
Because black people are the face of it. Just like black people are the face of food stamps and EBT, even though more white people.
Welfare was made for white people. It wasn't made for black people. There's more white people that's getting welfare than black people ever have. But to make you think that there is a black woman, they even have fake AI videos with black women. I got 6 kids with 6 different baby fathers and all that. AI generated to give you a fake visual thinking that it's black people when it's not.
Remember the fake AI of the young black men saying we going after ICE?
Yeah, had the young kids that supported Trump. There was, when Trump had bombed, I think that's when they did with Iran, or I forget what it was, but they bombed that facility, and they were proud of Trump. They took the little young black kid video and made it, because he wore a mask like Trump is like a thug or whatever. And then they tried to
saying we going after ICE.
Yes, that's when you have what's her name, Perino, and them, that they were trying to depict black kids as thugs and as a threat to society, something that they were uplifting this man, and they used it against him, and he had gotten threats and all of that kind of stuff. But it's this stuff that's going on will not be tolerated. When I show Trump videos or I talk about Trump, because we need to know what's going on. I don't want to hear it from the news media after they done made it into what they want us to believe. I want to hear it for myself. Then I can come up with my own opinion. Once the news media get it, mainstream media, once they get the stories, then they turn it into what they want you to think and what they want you to believe. That's on from MSNBC to Fox News. Fox News is totally, they totally on one side, right side. They totally right side. Jesse act like he a white supremacist. All these people on that side. Then the left, they're trying to paint their picture. Everybody's trying to paint a picture. But when you hear it out of the horse's mouth yourself, before they can dock it up, before they can try to say, oh, this was a misunderstanding, you hear it for yourself. And this is staying informed and keeping up with what's going on. This is something I've never have done, to keep up with what's going on. And I call it out. And if people have been on here that actually watch, we don't go along with everything that Trump says. We've said it over and over again. We don't go along with it. When he does something that I think is benefiting all of us as a nation, then we say, okay, we give him credit for that. Just like yesterday, that TrumpRx.gov that would bring down prescriptions, especially for people who don't have health insurance, and medications are $1,000 a bottle, and he can bring it down to $25, $100. Then people who need medicine for their health, then they can stay alive because they need these medications. But then the following day, you come with this bullshit.
This is just promoting racism. Like some of the people even in this chat.
Well, those are the frayed people. Anybody, see, white people don't go along with this.
That's why I'm not reading the chat.
Yeah, white people don't go along with this. The only people that have something to say are people who are afraid. Yeah. And people who are cowards. And people that there's no truth in them. And they're not Christians. Mm-hmm. These people, I don't know what God, if they believe in God at all. Yeah. Those are the only ones that will find, that say something about it. They get upset when you say something against something that you know that is out and out wrong. You could read that. Something that's out and out wrong, that we know that's racist. I'm not supporting this. I will fight against this.
That's that boy guy. He says, so are you withdrawing your support for Trump?
Let me be clear. We post about Trump to show what's going on in this nation. And we react to it. We agree to disagree with a lot that's going on. Do we sound like we support this bullshit? We don't. I will never support it. I will talk about this every day if I have to, if he continued down this road. If they continue to strip the rights of my community, it's on. It's on. I'm not for this.
taken down.
We're not for this. We have other problems. Like when this country started imploding, they got 350 terrorists in this country. How many terrorists did it take to take down the Twin World Centers in New York? How many terrorists did it take to try to attack the Pentagon? Yeah. And we got them running around, and y'all sitting back. When they start coming out with what they got planning for America, that's when y'all gonna be like, oh, we all need to stick together.
And taking down the things showing slavery.
Yeah, I'm gonna travel and I'm gonna show what they have done in the Philadelphia, the birthplace of the Liberty Bell and everything else. Betsy Ross House, Benjamin Franklin Plaza, all that history is in Philadelphia. And it's sad that they feel so threatened because of the color of people's skin, because we are articulate and intelligent. We are inventors. We are extremely creative. All the stuff that's going on, and we're not back in the day. We're not back in the day.
I reckon they did that to the most prestigious black people of all time. So imagine what they think about the random black citizen.
Many of us are like that. It's just not being shown, because they don't show you that. They're not the only black people that are going to Princeton and Harvard and all these prestigious colleges. We have,
saying, 'cause I was the president and first.
Yeah, I know. But that's what they want to. They wanted to mean him, and they run around talking about Trump is in 1,000 times in the Epstein files, molesting 13-year-old little girls. But you wanted to mean former President Obama. And wasn't proud of Obama because he wasn't for black people. He didn't do anything for us when he held the highest office. He started a whole new race called the LGBTQ. That's what he was focused on. He wasn't focused on black Americans. He wasn't about that. But he feels the repercussions of it, because look how they attack him. They attack him all the time. No respect. They attack former President Obama and his wife all the time. What they call her, Big Mike or whatever. They do that all the time. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Speak the Truth 2.0. And that you like this. And we're going to put up some black history when I go or whatever to show some black history, because the contributions that have been made to this country will not go unnoticed. And it will not be tolerated by him. And for him to behave this way at almost 80 years old says a lot about who he is. But he's old school. He grew up in a different era. He doesn't understand this era of social media and that everything's available to everyone. All those lies and everything Stephen Miller has been able to do, like a little imp behind the scenes, writing speeches for Trump, and he's able to implement his racism through the highest office of the President of the United States. Listen to any of Stephen Miller's speeches. I mean, he's spewing hate. You're a devil. You're a devil, and you're going to hell if you don't change your ways.
What does Byron Donalds and Candace?
Yeah, I want to hear from Byron Donalds and Candace Owens. What do you have to say about these things? I want to hear from them. I know Jasmine Crocker, of course, she spoke on it. She's going to speak on it. And I used to listen to them, what they said about her.
And Tim Scott spoke on
it. Yeah, and Tim Scott, even Tim Scott, who has always supported Trump, thought that he was going to really become his vice president. He even had to say something about it.
He could not believe the president posted that.
These people can't win an election, so they run, they are behind the scenes using Trump's office. All you gotta do, only thing Trump wants is to make more money, for everybody to like him, and to have things named after him. That's what he's more focused on. But Miller, they focusing on white supremacy. That's what they're focused on. He's afraid. And it's always the ugliest, the funniest looking people that look like they got beaten up the whole time in school are the ones that are, the most, intimidating.
After this post, I'm unsure. After this post he posted, I'm unsure of that.
Unsure what?
Of that is Stephen Miller, not Trump.
Yes, for Stephen Miller to behave the way he is, Trump has to be in agreement.
Yeah.
So that goes without saying. He's in agreement with all the actions of this person.
And he's always yelling at a black woman who's reporting.
Yeah, so he's in agreement with it. So that says a lot about Trump, who he is. This gives me a clear picture of who he is. No, I don't support Miller. I do not support Miller. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe to Speak the Truth 2.0. It's like, the thing about it, that people think that they could do whatever they want to and they can get away with it, but you don't get away with anything. If you don't answer here on earth, you're going to answer to God. I promise you that. So if you take some kind of pride in being racist, or you think that you're superior, and you listen to all the lies that the media has told you all these years about black people, we could talk about how white people are. Ain't nobody been worse than some white people. Look, they enslaved a whole community and wiped out the indigenous people. You want to talk about us? It's funny how people can flip the script and like, we're the ones that are thugs. We're not the thugs. We're not the thugs.
Then Adolf Hitler and the Nazis.
Yeah, Adolf Hitler and all these. We have never been the thugs. It's not us. But the media they have made you to believe it and like ignore everything that's been done to the people of this country. It's amazing how that happens. So, this is like, I am just, and now he's laying off more federal workers. He's supposed to be bringing jobs. He's about 50,000 more federal workers are going to lose jobs and all this kind of stuff. 2 more. It doesn't make any sense. The stuff that this man is doing, and people are standing up against it. People are not going along with this. You got these rural Trump supporters. You want to see Trump supporters that are black? Somehow they're gonna find a way to justify this.
Oh,
look at Dvory. Democrats
yeah.
crash out after Trump Truth Social post. Oh, that's their bread and butter. You got what? The twins, the Hodge twins. You got Carter. You got who's the other ones? You got different content creators. They're gonna die on the sword that are black. Cause they getting paid. They getting paid to go along with what white people want to hear.
What did he say?
Who? Brandon. You talking about Mason Lucas?
No, Brandon. Next one.
Him?
No, Brandon Lee. I didn't talk about it.
Oh yeah, but he's not even talking about. He's talking about something else.
He didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, but Dvory did. So you have the different content creators that are black. They're gonna die on the sword because no matter what.
Gonna put him on and let's react to it.
He trying to be a sellout.
Yeah, he can react to it.
These damn people. You can tell people, and then the funny thing about it, all these people, they would have never been in the house. These people would have been out in the field. They most definitely been out in the field, and they want to justify it. It's not and you know what? Well, we're gonna be clear. They want to say it's Democrats. We're not saying Democrats. We're saying because a lot of people don't vote at all, in no matter what race it is. Majority of Americans don't probably even vote. They don't vote. So we're not going to just say it's the Democrats that have a problem with this. It's all Americans of every nationality that has a problem with this. Let's be clear. So I'm tired of them trying to say the Democrats or the left or they have a problem. No, this is not a Democrat issue. This is a American issue.
You could know that I was like the biggest Trump fan. I got the biggest issue with this, bro. So,
yeah, this is not a Democrat issue.
Yeah,
this is an American issue that hits all of us. And let's see, this is one
careless mistake. And then Democrats losing their mind. Including the media.
Okay. This biatch is saying this is a careless mistake. Look at this bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at this bullshit.
This is Black History Month.
Look
there's
at
been
this.
extra
Look at
fuel
you.
thrown on
Look
to
at your
this
ass.
fire. We're
He didn't
talking
even
about
acknowledge Black
this
History
video
Month.
posted by the president late last.
Yeah, posted by the president late last night. Late last night.
Yeah.
This is not a joke. Look at him. Oh yeah, we gotta hear this.
Night in regards to voting machines, and right at the end of the voting machine video, it goes to the next video automatically, and that video was a meme video showing multiple of his political opponents dressed up as animals in the animal kingdom and him as a lion, but we didn't see the
With
whole
them
thing.
bowing
We only
to
saw
him.
2 seconds
Bowing
of it, which
to
was
him.
Michelle Obama and Barack Obama looking like monkeys in the jungle. So, question for you right up front. Is that really racist? Or is this people just overreacting?
I guess you
again?
think
That's
you're
what
an
I'm going
ape.
to answer in today's video. But first, like this video, share this video, leave a comment down below. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Here is the title: Running from Axios, racist video of Obama's removed from Trump's social account. An overtly racist video clip of the Obamas posted on President Trump's Truth Social was taken down on Friday. Why? Well, because it portrayed former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. And that's why I want to show you the full video. But I want you to understand what Devoria is defending. I'm not defending the President of the United States, and I don't need to.
Yeah,
I'm defending critical thinking in this video. And you let me know if you...
I don't care how this, before I show y'all this, I don't care how this asshole try to dress this up. If he can't be man enough to stand on business, and now he's going to label this that he wants the people to see critical thinking.
He's tap dancing.
Tap dancing, exactly. He's this is called tap dancing at the highest level. This is a black man trying to tap dance about how he's we call it like we see it. This, like he said, this was posted on President Trump posted this last night. There's no apes in Lion King.
Yeah.
The music. There's no apes. Now he's going to post something that he knows that is offensive, how people have used to dehumanize black people for generations. We know what it represents and what it means. And for him to do this when you're the president of the most powerful country in the world, you're the president. And for him to behave like this, and guess what? Show us some damn respect. This is Black History Month. Now, you already haven't acknowledged Black History Month, but this is your acknowledgement. This is his acknowledgement of Black History Month to take the only black president we ever had and first lady, and depict them as apes, is dehumanizing them, is blanket racism, is inexcusable. Let's be clear. So whatever this man has to say, because inadvertently, this black man is defending it like, but he didn't mean this. This is how you should look at.
They didn't show the whole video.
They didn't show the whole video. All the people bowing to Trump. The animals that he walking through. He's not the king of anything. Trump is not the king of nothing. There's only one king, and that's Jesus. Jesus. And nobody's going to bow. He got animals like they bowing to him. The only people, everybody's going to bow to Jesus. To Jesus.
Every knee shall bow.
Every knee shall bow, and every mouth shall confess. Let's hear what he got to say.
Agree with me. Check this out.
The software, Dominion machines, ESNS machines were used, the Smartmatic, the GEMS software. So when the vote stopped counting, and this has been noted in other countries as well, President Trump was significantly ahead. When reporting and counting resumed, there was a massive spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
And there it is. So right at the end, it goes there, and it's because it's moving to the next clip. If you guys have been on social media, you know how videos work, right? As soon as the video ends, it goes to the next one. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. I'm just giving you guys the full picture.
Yeah, you are.
Your own mind if you
yeah, you are. You're talking bullshit.
Racist or just an honest mistake by whoever.
That's called bullshit that he's talking. He's talking bullshit. Be a man. Be a man.
Posted it, whether it was the president because he didn't watch it all the way to the end, or it was a staffer, according to the White House,
Oh
who was
my
sent
God.
deleted the video. At any rate, let me at least show you the full video
We
of that meme, which was actually originally posted last year. And here it is right here for you guys. I'm not going to play the audio for copyright reasons. But as you guys can see, there's Hakeem Jeffries, Hillary Clinton, AOC, Gavin Newsom. And this is the problem with politics today, of course, is that stories like this seem to dominate because this is what the media loves to use in order to push back on the president. And the problem is they overdo it. And so the bottom line so far is when you first see it, your emotions tick up because we've been programmed to be sensitive to things that appear to be racist. But then when you calm down, you exercise a little critical thinking skills, you realize, yeah, this was just a stupid, honest mistake from the White House.
You know what? He talked a bunch of bullshit and he's tap dancing. This is intentional. It's not an honest mistake. You do not post on Trump's account and leave it up for 12 hours. And Trump is on social media. He does a lot of his own social media. And no staffer can do this without his permission. Let's just start there. Because this is just, let's be clear, this is not just for this nation. The world is watching this. This is a world event, okay? Every nation in the world has seen this and are watching the behavior of the President of the United States of America. This is embarrassing, it's disrespectful. It shows what he thinks of his American citizens. It shows he's not the president for all Americans. It shows that he's racist, he's prejudiced, he's biased. It shows that this administration is administration of white supremacy, that they feel like only white men, like God gave white people a smarter brain, which that's a lie in hell. He made it, nobody has, you could Google it, look, ask your best favorite scientists. There's no such thing, according to color of your skin, that you have superior thinking, that you're smarter. We are equally intelligent, and some smarter than others. And he's sitting there trying to act like, oh, this might have been an accident. They're going to keep their followers no matter what. Yeah. They're going to keep, because I don't know why people want to follow people that can't be real. Yeah. I mean, can't be real. He's a black man. And he don't have enough balls to be real and say, you know what? I supported Trump all this time. And I supported this. I supported the closed borders. I supported, trying to go after illegal immigrants that have committed crimes inside of this country. I supported anyway. He just do all that and say, but I don't agree with this, just like what we're doing. But I don't agree with this. Nobody's going to have President Trump account and he is unaware of it. And they're going to post what they want to. This was intentionally done. And it was approved by him. If he didn't do it himself, he allowed it and left it up. And even the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, came out and excused it. Like, excuse it. Oh, the Democrats are going to make a deal. He's talking her talking points. They're going to make a big deal out of this. And, what do you think about it? We call it. It's like when you see stuff happen, people trying to tell you, you don't believe what you see these days. Isn't that amazing?
I was thinking that it was cool having someone in office that's not a quote unquote politician.
Yeah, a politician.
But now, like, maybe that wasn't a good thing. Because where's the maturity at?
Go ahead.
Like,
yeah, where's the maturity at? Where's the maturity? When are people gonna be adults?
Yeah.
When are men gonna be men? I mean, damn. Grow some balls. Stand on business. Why can't you be the man of your family and do what's right for your families? And he's sitting on there and going to say Democrats suffer crash out after Trump posts. They should. This is Black History Month.
Yeah.
This they were waiting to do this. First thing before Black History Month, they went to Philadelphia and removed stuff out of Independence Mall.
Showing that George Washington had tons of slaves.
It went to the Black History Smithsonian, removed artifacts. You're not going to erase us in our history.
Not saying anything about MLK.
You know, you think that people are going to top Trump going to have everybody in the freaking country protesting him and his administration. Everybody.
Y'all gonna see me out there protesting.
And he was a strong Trump supporter. He gonna burn his hats. It's like, it's crazy. He done lost the Black community.
Yeah.
We're not supporting this bullshit. I'm telling you that now. We show what he talks about because that's keeping us informed. But this, as far as supporting him and his administration, that ended today. We're not supporting this. It's wrong. And you got to do right by people. You can't just misuse people. They put you in office, and this is what you're going. This is your thank you. Y'all put me in office, and now I'm gonna shit on y'all. You don't think our votes
they've
matter?
already deleted it.
You don't think our votes matter? You can go ahead. You gonna find out.
And there's that. But Democrats are going to overreact, as I continue to say. And of course, I have an example for you. And I want you to compare this next clip and the way they are covering it to the way that I started off this video explaining everything with full context. Watch this.
Today, there is bipartisan outrage over a racist video President Trump shared on his social media platform last night. A White House official now telling MS Now a staffer erroneously made the post, but it was 12 hours before it was taken down. Also, I want to make clear that we would not usually show racist content, but will because the president posted it and to inform this important conversation. You can see this post. It depicts former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes in a jungle. It's at the end of a video promoting false claims about voting machines and the 2020 presidential election. In a statement responding to the backlash over the video before it was taken down, the White House press secretary said, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage." None of the rest of that video is included in what Trump posted. Only the Obama.
So let me ask you guys a particular question. Have you ever done anything, posted anything, said anything that some people deemed was racist, but you knew you had no racist intentions behind it? Okay. Secondly, I think it's fair to say that whoever posted it, whether it was the president or a staffer, they made a mistake. Careless. Didn't trim it. And third, I think it's very clear that Democrats will use this again to try to persuade public opinion and convince people that the president is racist. But here's the bottom line. Black people who truly want to be honest, who are really a part of Black culture, know that the president is a racist. In fact, he has played a huge role in Black history, but they don't want to tell anybody that. Now, let's go to this call from C-SPAN, a Trump voter 3 times taking the bait and saying this.
Voted for the president, supported him, but I really want to apologize. I mean, I'm looking at this awful picture of the Obamas. What an embarrassment to our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly, and now he's being a racist blatantly. They were supposed to deport the dangerous criminals. They were not supposed to go after small children, storm schools, bring terror upon, the little kids and the women and children, not just the immigrants in the school. All the children are scared.
All right, I had to cut it off because I just want to make sure this is worthy of your time. For the people who are much older than me, old enough to be my grandfather, potentially my father, what happened to our country? Why are we so sensitive? I don't understand it. One of the biggest lessons I got from my mother is the N-word means nothing unless you give it meaning. Why do we have to melt down over every word? I just don't get it. Whatever happened to discernment? Whatever happened to that?
It is not racist because it is offensive. It is offensive because it is inherently racist. The trope about depicting black people as animals goes all the way back to white Europeans looking for a justification for colonization and the enslavement of African people. And it gained prominence in the 1700s and 1800s, and it became a racial, like a scientific theory. I'm using air quotes. And it was a mainstream theory that put a hierarchy that said white Europeans were at the top and Africans were at the bottom. And apes, depiction of apes was very central to this theory. They were at the bottom, they were closer to primitive beings such as apes. Therefore, black people, specifically in that time, Africans, were more better suited for forced labor and domination.
Now, let's actually have a serious conversation that truly matters. We're talking about...
You're not doing your little commercial, dude. This dude is so jacked up. He is. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to get a different stand because this is not holding. He is so sick. He is sick. This dude is sick. He wants to make light of the N-word. He's going along with, like, what happened to you, Devori? What happened to you?
I do not believe his mother said that.
This guy is a former vet or whatever. What happened to you? That you would succumb. See, a lot of times these content creators, they don't want to get jobs, and this is how they make their money. That this is how you're going to address this? Really? People being too sensitive?
Honest mistake.
Honest mistake? This was intentional. This wasn't no mistake. And they left it up. A mistake, you put it up, take it right back down. This was up for over 12 hours, and people, all the Republicans were complaining about it. You hear that? The Republicans were complaining about it. The Republican Party was never started out as a racist party. You know that, right? It was really the Democratic Party. But now since Trump came into office, it became what the Democratic Party used to be, with Jim Crow, Ku Klux Klan, mass incarceration of black people. They filibustered the Civil Rights Act for 70 days, and the Republicans were the one pushing it through. But now the Republican Party might as well have been the old Democratic Party. And this man gonna sit up there, as black as he is, a black American, I believe. Maybe he's from another country. You're going to sit up there and you're going to say maybe this was a mistake. And then, okay, if it was such a mistake, why did Press Secretary Caroline Levy come out and say, get over it? That Trump is just trying to show that he's the king of the jungle or whatever. That is no big deal. If it was a mistake. And then after that, from his own subordinates, he took it down. He took it down. Because nobody's doing this without Trump's permission. Let's just be straight. Let's just be straight. But this dude trying to put some, this is crazy.
On that, I don't believe I'm a victim by any stretch of the imagination. It's just like you.
Hold on to your money, dude.
God, okay. Inherently,
tell white people what they want to
hear. We may
hear.
have things that happen to us, and we are a victim in the moment. But our self-image should never be based on victimization. But it is if you're talking about the Democrat Party and their type of politics. And this particular post falls right in line with that. They're loving this. They love it when things like this happen because they can use it to push a certain narrative. Now, I'll give you an example. The NAACP national president, Derek Johnson, said this: Donald Trump's video is blatantly racist, disgusting, and utterly despicable. Also, Senator Tim Scott called it the most racist thing I've seen out of the White House. Correct me if I'm wrong, that implies you've seen some other racist things, right? Because you said the word most. So
out of this White House.
Some
Say he said,
why
I've
haven't you said
seen
anything about
out of this
Okay.
White House. Read it correctly,
Guys,
Devori.
this is the world we live in today.
Out of this
where
White House.
You see a meme video and people lose their minds. That's as simple as I can make it. I want you to ask yourself, why are people so emotional about this? Why? What is behind that emotion? What is it exactly? Is it a lack of control? Is it guilt? Is it their insecurities? What is it exactly?
This bastard has the audacity
Why is it they can't see
to be trying to throw this back on people who are in disagreement with this blatantly racist video that this guy is trying to throw it back on the people that were offended.
I'm just thinking, Devori, you're letting all your ancestors down right now.
Yeah.
All your ancestors that were
everybody that was enslaved and went through horrendous situations, barbaric situations. You know, the injustices that they went through in building this country, and he's sitting up there able to capitalize off of their enslavement, and he doesn't even have the decency to even call it out.
He's grasping for straws trying to defend this.
And he is trying to defend it.
Yeah.
That by flipping it on people that have a problem with it. And isn't that how this is done? When you speak up about wrongs that they call wrong, right, wrong. So calling something that's wrong, you throw it back on the people to say they're wrong for feeling like this. That this is Black History Month and we're supposed to embrace this, right? We're supposed to say it's okay to be called out of your name or the N word, which means ignorant. We don't even care about that word. It doesn't mean we look at the people that's saying it, that they're the ignorant ones. We don't care. We don't let words define us. But our history matters. What we've been through matters. And respect matters. And this is disrespectful to us and our ancestors. And we deserve better. We're not the lowest on the food chain. We're at the top of the food chain. The media can show you and depict whatever they want to. They don't want to show you the Black people are well off, doing well, educated, inventors, business owners, architects, engineers, scientists, doctors, multimillionaires, multi-billion. They don't want to show you who we are.
It's like they don't want to show you that Jasmine Crockett is very intelligent. They want to have a picture.
And you got this dude. They should have put him in the costume, I guess. Trump, next time Trump, use this dude. You use him for an ape outfit because he's volunteering. He's volunteering. Show that to his children.
Act like it was an accident, but purposely they really wanted people to see it. No.
No, your children need to see you with that on, Devori. Show you like that for your kids, your Black kids.
I don't know. Let's say the Epstein files, they were obsessed with that, right? They're not talking about the SAVE Act. They're not talking about the nonsense going on in Minneapolis or the Supreme Court that just ruled in favor of the president. No. None of those things actually matter. What matters is this meme video posted by the president that we believe is
by the president.
You guys let me know what you think about this story.
I think that you are a little biatch and you're a freaking coward sellout and you got Black children that you're going to have to answer to because you have no balls. And you so worried about making that money on YouTube that you won't even call out something that is blatantly racist and wrong.
And we're saying this, and we used to watch Devori.
We watched Devori. I have respected him.
Yeah, we have respect for Devori. That's gone now.
But you got to stand on principle, for God's sakes. Stand on principle. Stand on something. You can't go along to get along with everything. This dude completely tap danced and sold out his entire community. Yeah. And y'all know we show a lot of Trump stuff on here. But we're not gonna do it and sell out our freaking community. We don't ride like that. And all the votes that Trump had from the Black community, He just lost them. And you don't think black votes matter? Watch these elections.
Look at the comments. In the comments, he has a racist.
Yeah.
Like, even the comments are racist.
Yeah, and on his channel, they tell him it's an insult to apes and all that. He's catering to a racist community. And guess what? Most white people are fighting against this. This is like a minority of people that are behaving this way. And that's what's concerning this administration, because there's more white people fighting against this than any other demographic. It's our white people. And you got this black man on there with black children, a black family. What kind of example is he as a father? You want people running around calling your kids the N-word? What about they put an ape picture, put an ape body with your head on and send your kids to school with their father like that? You think it's okay? One thing about black people, it's about respect. We're not insecure. We don't let people, God defines who we are. We're the apple of God's eyes. He defines us. Man don't define us.
Oh, Ben Shapiro talked about it.
You know, this is blatantly, what did Ben Shapiro say from Philadelphia? What did he say?
Backlash is growing after President Trump
is this
posted a social media video featuring the Obamas, and new at 4 Governor Shapiro is weighing in, calling it racist. The video promoted false claims of election fraud and showed the faces of the former president and first lady superimposed onto the bodies of apes. Several Republican lawmakers called the video racist and urged Trump to take it down, which was done around midday. The White House says a staffer posted the content erroneously. It was up for about 12 hours before being removed.
The idea that anyone would post a video like that, let alone the president of the United States, someone who's supposed to find ways to bring us together, someone who's supposed to appeal to our better angels, this guy seems to always find a lower and lower common denominator. Here in Pennsylvania, we respect all people, no matter what they look like, where they come from, who they love, who they pray to, who they choose not to pray to. We don't scapegoat others, and we certainly don't peddle in racist videos and other racist statements like this president has made. He needs to do better.
The White House press secretary claims that outrage over the video is fake. She says the video depicts Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as Lion King characters.
That's a lie from hell. There was nothing fake about the video, and they were not Lion King characters, because there's no apes in, if you want to say Lion King, there's no apes in Lion King. You know, this was racist. And it didn't get posted unless, if Trump didn't do it, he okayed for it to be done, and left it up until midday.
It was a long time to take it
They
down.
didn't want to take it down.
Yeah.
They didn't want to take it down.
He didn't want to take it down.
They wanted that to be the news. They wanted that to be an issue, and guess what? It is, because it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to Americans. It's disrespectful. And it should be tolerated. If people did that, or black people depicted Trump for what they think Trump is, what he looked at like, and did all that, then MAGA, Republicans, and people who agree with this, they would have a big problem with that. They would have a big problem with that. But we don't think that low. We don't behave like that. We don't do that to our presidents. And we've had other presidents that have been racist, but we don't do that to them. We honor the office. But you got a president that doesn't honor the office of his presidency.
Supposed to have class as a president.
He doesn't honor the office at all. He doesn't honor the people that voted for him and put him in office. Worship until all have heard. Matthew 28:19. Worship until all have heard. This is so ungodly.
Even Tim Scott spoke against it.
And he had to speak against it. Yeah. He was close with He was close with President Trump.
Yeah.
You know, you can't expect Americans to support this. And we're not going to support it. The only people going to support this are tap dancers, sellouts, coons, and all that. They'll support that.
And racist people.
And racist people.
Can't forget them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from the black people.
Oh.
Those are the only ones that would support, and the other ones would be the people that they're catering to are the racist people, but they're not the majority. Racist people are not the majority in this country. How about that? And they know it. And instead of gaining more people that will follow them, they're losing people by the droves. Trump, prior to that video being put up, he already lost 20% more of the black people.
JD Vance.
He already lost 20% more of the support. After this video, it's done. It's done.
JD Vance just said he's not apologize.
Yeah, and JD Vance, that's showing the mindset of the administration. Like, he said that he's going to be at Turning Point USA at one of their meetings, and he felt as though that it was important to announce that white people don't have to apologize for being white. And, like, we wanted to know who asked you to. Who asked you to? But we don't need white people to apologize for being white. What white people should have done is asked us for forgiveness. God said you're supposed to ask for forgiveness. That seemed more appropriate to me. And guess what? We forgive you, but we don't forget. Because the only way that we can continue to strive in this country, we had to forgive you. And don't hold it against you what your ancestors had done to my ancestors. But what goes on now, and you don't speak up, that's what you're responsible for. So forgiveness has been given to you. We don't need to ask you for apology for being white. Nobody cares. Nobody asks. But the appropriate thing was to ask for forgiveness, which was already given to you. That's what we have already done, that. But like I said, what's happening now, and you sit back and you watch this going on, you're going to be on the wrong side of history. Because this is not the 1600s, 1800s. This is 2026. And all that stuff they used to do behind the scenes, and they could lie and hide because we didn't have social media and you didn't get news like that to see what's going on. They could print stuff, and that was the law. That was facts, because you had nothing to compare to. Those days are over with. Thank God. Anything you want to know, thank God that you could go to Chat GPT. You could go to any AI. You could go to Wikipedia. You could ask Google, Siri. You got so many you got people, boots on the ground, content creators. You have Twitter, that's now known as X. You know, you have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have Instagram. We got so many different platforms. Ground News, who I subscribe to. That's the type of news I like, because they show you what the left field and the right field. They show you all the non-biases. It's straight down the middle. And you can see each person's stance. And that's how I get my point of views from, like, Ground News, because it's informative. And it's not one-sided.
You can't forget about Nick Shirley.
It's not one-sided. But there's a lot going on. And, Trump, this is Trump's first year. I think it's a little over that now. A little over that. He got 2.5 more years or whatever left for this presidency. But a lot's going to change after his presidency. By the time his presidency ends, he's going to be 82 years old or something? 82, 83 years old? And this world is going to be different. But you're going to have everyone in America shutting all this stuff down. And everything he's done, they're going to undo. All this racism, it has to end. It has to end. You're not superior. It has to end. And what are you looking for, Trying to find what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, what Jasmine said.
I guess it's just in his video.
Isn't just in Don's Lemon video. He had her come on his show, but she said she's going. Congress is out right now. I guess that she said that they're going to be talking about this. They're going to be bringing this to the floor.
He's live right now.
Yeah, he's back live. But his other one shows Jasmine what she had to say about it. If you want to just look for her part on there, you can go to it and just look for her part. That video. She's after that. A few of them speak. She comes off after they join. Just go further up. She's past that, and then she comes on when some of them drop off. You'll see her on there after the Black Farmer, I believe. But there's stuff that we as a nation that we have to talk about, because this stuff is not going away because of wishful thinking. People say that racism is dead, things aren't going on. It is going on. This is an example from the top.
Top of the top.
This is the president. Just like when he said that black people early in the administration, he's talking about thugs. He labeled black people as thugs.
Yeah.
That rings out throughout the world. When you label people like that, then people, they take it and run with it. They say, "Oh, they're a thug." That's a lie from hell. We're not the thugs. They're the thugs. But all they got to do is tell you that, and we're no longer going to be the scapegoat for the things that community continues to do, and then try to portray like it's us. That's not happening. And I'm really disappointed in this administration.
Makes me kind of regret my vote.
Yeah, it does make you regret your vote. It is a regret. And everybody's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, they did the 1994 crime, but they the Ku Klux Klan, they did all this." And then you come over here and they found the blueprint of the freaking Democrats. Like, we need another party. I'm an independent voter now. We need another party that's going to do right by all the people. All the people.
Now, Representative, we appreciate you joining us. She has served in Texas' 30th Congressional District since 2023, also running for Senate in Texas. We were talking about the Barack Obama issue, and then, John, someone mentioned black farmers in this country, and Mr. Boyd is saying that he was uninvited, told not to come to a meeting of farmers. But when you saw this, we can talk about that, but when you saw this meme that they posted this morning or overnight, Representative, what were your thoughts?
I mean, it's on par for who this administration is. I mean, people consistently talk about how, I speak about this administration and their actions, but this isn't a shock for me, right? Like, people are more prone to try to police my speech than they are to policing the actions of this administration. And I'm gonna be real with you, Don, as somebody that serves on the oversight committee. We know that yesterday he said, "Stop talking about the Epstein files. Stop talking about the Epstein files. Stop talking about the Epstein files." And guess what? He is the king of distraction, and he knows how to get us talking about something other than the Epstein files. Is it new that he's racist? Absolutely not. It is not new. This is not new. This is actually on brand for him. So for him, he doesn't care, right? Like, he doesn't care if people call him racist. But what he does care about is more of those files coming out, people having more time to pour through them, people realizing that the government messed up on certain redactions, that kind of stuff. I think that that's what we see going on. But I do want to address the black farmer situation really quickly, because I'm gonna have to jump. Again, this goes to a pattern that we've seen in this country, and I served on the Agriculture Committee. And under the Biden-Harris administration, they were trying to right a lot of wrongs that a lot of people don't even understand they were doing. Whether it was disconnecting of our communities with highways being driven through them, by giving out reconnecting community grants, to which my district ended up with the second largest investment of over $30 million. And then we had our black farmers, those that were denied access to funds. And granted, they did not get the amount of dollars that they would have gotten if they had actually just been given access to the same capital, so that they would be in the same place as their white counterparts and being able to grow their farms. They didn't have that, but they did recognize that there was intentional
intentional discrimination on behalf of the government. And so they wanted to go back and try to right those wrongs. It is time for us to stop trying to act like if we just talk nice enough, then certain people are going to be good to us. Right. That is just a lie. It is time for us to step up and be okay with saying that somebody is racist, being okay with saying that these systems that have been in place for decades were specifically targeting and harming people of color, and a lot of people at the helm sat there and either intentionally did it or sat by complicitly because they decided to remain silent and not actually work to fix these systems. So I will not be distracted. I'm going to call him out for being the racist that he is, especially during Black History Month. But at the same time, I'm going to stay on his ass because we know that he is engaged in so much criminality, whether we're talking about the Epstein files or whether we're talking about him trying to enrich himself to the tune of $10 billion by suing the federal government because he decided to be a criminal, or whether we're talking about the $1.4 billion that he has been able to put into his pocket since he's come into this administration.
Unbelievable.
Right. But just real quickly, I know you have to go, Representative. Are you going to address this post specifically on the floor?
I'm gonna address it in all ways, but obviously we're not in session just yet. But for sure, I'll be on the floor, and we're gonna post our formal statement here in a second as well.
Okay.
Don, let me, if I could.
Thank you, Representative. Thank you. I know you've got to jump. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. Thank you, and keep up the great work. Okay, Representative Jasmine Crockett. Go ahead, Mr. Boyd. And also I want to bring in Clay Kane, by the way, before you go, Mr. Boyd. Clay Kane is a New York Times best-selling author and the host of on Sirius XM Urban View. Clay, you're muted. Yes, Burned Down Master's House, correct?
Sorry about that. Yes, #5 New York Times bestseller. Thank you, Don.
Great. Okay, John Boyd, go ahead, please.
What I was trying to say is they're really upset that I said the $12 billion that the president is going around the country. Last week he was in Iowa, and he said the $12 billion had been paid out to farmers. He had just gave another $12 billion to America's farmers. Not a dime of the $12 billion has been paid to any farmer for that aspect. And the president should be held accountable. So he goes around and says these things, and there's no accountability or fact check from the media. I am one of those farmers. I'm eligible to receive a payment. No farmer has got it, and I haven't got mine. And the president is still holding to the fact that he said he paid all this money out of it. It's not accurate, and continues to do. He says that, oh, we love farmers. Oh, we love Black people. I love Black people. You love Black people, but you didn't have a Black farmer sitting at the table at your all-white farmers meeting. There should be some accountability there. And Stephen Miller is at the core of all of this stuff. Yeah. Stephen Miller was suing us in federal court, blocking the $5 billion that was supposed to go out to Black farmers, and it went down the hands of selected white farmers to sue us individually in all of these courts, Texas, Florida, all these things to block the $5 billion. And then the administration repealed it, Don, and we got a lesser amount that we had to go into a patch and fix it. But Stephen Miller's at the core of this. And when I warned Black America years ago, Don, that he was doing this reverse discrimination thing, nobody listened to me. He was following me around the country. He was following me around the hill, crafting up this new definition of reverse discrimination.
Yeah.
Show me a white farmer that they call a nigger. Show me a white farmer that they spat on. Show me a white farmer that couldn't get into a federal office only on Wednesday when they saw black farmers. And show me a white farmer where they was tearing up his application and throwing it in the trash can. And show me a federal official said they've done all these things to you and they didn't get fired. So
and here's the great irony. Here's the great irony.
Thank you. Stand by, Tim. John, thank you. John, we're going to focus on farmers a little bit more. So I appreciate you. We're going to have a whole thing on it. So thank you for joining us and bringing that to light. We appreciate it. John Boyd Jr., everyone. We appreciate you joining. Okay, so Tim, go ahead. Before that, I want to bring in Kara Swisher, who is a dear friend, one of my closest advisors, and the host of the Pivot podcast with Scott Galloway, and on her own podcast. You can't hear me at all? No? Okay. Go out. I'll text you. Go out and come back in. Anyways, we'll bring Kara in just a moment, but go ahead, Tim, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the great irony of John having been told that to include him in a meeting about farmers would be tantamount to DEI, or the bigger issue that the payouts, the duly justifiable payouts to Black farmers whose land over many years has been confiscated and taken from them, that somehow that's DEI, is really rich, coming from the same people who would not call, for instance, the Homestead Act, which was passed in 1862 and gave out 240 million acres of free-ass land, or incredibly low-cost land, to white folks, from which Black and brown folks were entirely excluded, obviously. Black folks weren't getting in on that in almost any instance. That was a handout to white folks, including an awful lot of white farmers who got their farmland, their ranch land, via a government policy. But now, when Black folks say, we would like to be part of that, that's not acceptable. That's DEI. This is a country that has no problem with Black and brown folks working the land. They just don't want Black and brown folks owning the land. And that's what the treatment of John and other Black farmers suggests to us. So again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier about the erasure of history. If you don't understand the way that history has unfolded, the way that it created the disproportionality of white farmers and white landowners, and the exclusion of Black farmers and Black landowners, then you'll look around and you'll say, I guess farming is a white thing. And you will think of someone like John as an aberration or as a DEI recipient, rather than understanding that the paucity of Black farmers in this country is the result of a sociological process, a socioeconomic process, a process by which people were prevented, blocked, and had their land taken from them. So when we erase history, we make all of this possible, not only today, but in future generations, because people don't understand that what we're seeing is fundamentally what we saw beginning in 1876, 1877 with the overthrow of Reconstruction. That's what we're seeing right now. You play it back history.
Kara, can you hear us?
Yes.
You can hear us now. Okay, thank you. Kara
Yes,
Swisher, veteran journalist, one of my strongest supporters, friend, advisor, and the host of the Pivot podcast with Scott Galloway and her own podcast, which is On with Kara Swisher. When you saw the meme this morning, we're talking about that, and we also talked about a Black farmer being uninvited to this farmers meeting because the White House said they're not doing DEI programs. But when you saw that meme this morning of Michelle and Barack Obama as monkeys, what did you think?
I thought Donald Trump is a racist once again. I mean, none of this should surprise. I mean, he's not just a racist, now he's an old man racist. So it's not going to change. And I think one of the things that people think, every time he asks for Penn Station being named after him or whatever he asks for, this is all part of the same person the whole time, just getting worse and worse because he's been more enabled and coddled by whoever it happens to be, the people in the White House or tech billionaires or whoever we've been talking about. This should not surprise anybody. And there's also signs of cognitive failure here, obviously, because now he's unfettered in any way. And again, I don't know if it's that any more complex than that. I don't know what his reasoning to do this would be.
Yes.
I want to get your response to this, Kara, because Kara, Clay, we'll get you in a second. Kara has a time issue, but Tim Scott posted this because when I started this morning, I said I want Byron Donalds and all the other
Byron Donalds still hasn't said a word.
Donald Trump. I want to hear from them. And Tim Scott said, "I'm praying this was I'm praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've ever seen out of the White House. The president should remove it." Kind of okay. I'm glad he did it, but a little late. And I want to hear from more.
Well, I think that's the whole thing, is they're always making excuses in this regard.
Yeah.
And the reason Trump did it is, one, to create us all talking about it and take the focus away from all the other problems, from affordability to how people, the economy, from what's happening in Minnesota, what's happening with the Epstein files. So he's a constant need, and you're going to see this happen more and more because he's always been the greatest internet troll in history, right? And so this is part of a pattern of creating distraction. And it's not destruction, it's something else. It's to create anger and rage. And so we're not focused in on what we need to be focused in on. And it's very effective, and it continues to be effective, but there's also the layers of racism that he carries with him throughout his entire career from way back, and cognitive issues, and the need to get his base going because those numbers are going in the wrong direction, even with people who are his fans.
Mm-hmm. Kara, I know you have a time issue. Thank you. I just wanted to get your, because I know you're going to be talking about.
This is it's amazing. For for anybody at this point that's in agreement with the behavior of the President of the United States, you have to be a racist to not be in disagreement with that behavior. Forgive me for expecting more at our leaders, especially the president. He's supposed to be esteemed. He's held at the highest office. To behave like this and to demean and dehumanize American citizens like this, a former president and his wife, this is inexcusable.
The first lady.
Who was the first lady? This is inexcusable. And people feel like, some of the racist people, they feel like, yeah, you can love Trump, but you ain't got to love every goddamn thing he does.
Take
like
out your throat.
You don't have to love everything he does. When he's wrong, he's wrong. Call it. That don't mean that you're disloyal. That don't mean he's not pushing stuff that you want him to push. But when he does stuff that's just wrong, then grow some balls to be man enough to say it. You know, you got so many sensitive, emotional men that can't stand on anything. You just like we saw Deborah, he's black. And he's standing up there. They need to put that on for his children to go to school. Let them put his face on an 8 picture. And let your kids go to school, see how they feel about it. It's disrespectful. And then he knows it's Black History Month. Okay? He's ignoring it. This is his way. That's why I put the title, Trump celebrating Black History Month. This is his celebration of Black History Month. This is letting Black Americans know exactly what he thinks of us, how he feels about us, how disrespectful he is. It shows everything. It shows everything we needed to know. So saying that, oh, he liked Black people, he don't have a problem with Black. Yes, he does. He has a problem with Black people. Because that wouldn't have happened without his permission. And like Tim Scott, the only sitting Black senator, said that praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen come out of this White House. Not that there have been other racist presidents. He's saying out of this White House. Out of this White House. When Trump has meetings, even when they gave the medals for the people that were those what do they call Homeland Security or whatever, and they gave medals. They had just all white people in the office and said, okay, out of all your ICE agents and stuff or people protecting the border, is no Black people. You just supposedly hire 50,000 more people? Like, is no Black people? He got like just only white high administration, and then he's going to act like white men are the victims. You're a victim. When 76% of all jobs and executive jobs, everything goes to white men. Everything. But when it comes to being fair, then it's oppression for you then.
Like they say, white fragility.
This is crazy. You know, this all white thing, that's what Elon would like, because South Africa, they had apartheid and all, that's what he would like. But you know what? They didn't get the memo that we all get all instant news. We all can see the truth. We all know what's going on. So you can bamboozle people before. You could lie to people before. You didn't have people online before. There was no social media. Like YouTube just started like 20 years ago. People didn't have cell phones. With all this technology on top, we got walking computers now. And state-of-the-art cameras on our phones. So you can't even hide the truth any longer. But to go along with this, it says everything about who you are and your insecurities and your cowardice. And you're like, you really fear that, oh, well, if there be more Black people or something, that means, oh, we're going to lose our superiority. Well, how about just being a human? How about just living your life?
That's what my professor was saying.
What?
This little thing in your pocket, you can get all the information and all the knowledge that you need to from this thing in your pocket.
From your phone, all the knowledge you need. So people can't lie about it.
Yeah.
They can't flip the script. They can't say, now they talking about the staffer. We know they came from Trump. And even Dvorak is saying Trump posted. Trump posted. But you're saying Trump posted this. He posted it because he didn't even take it down. And nothing is posted without his permission. Who has access to the President of the United States social media unless it's allowed by him?
We saw how much he tweets. He's very
all he does is you could tell his tweet. He tweets stuff himself. Trump is totally into tweeting. Most definitely.
Social media.
Yeah. In the middle of the night, 3 a.m. I forget what it was. Somehow he was up 3 a.m. Steady on his account, posting 3 a.m. in the morning. But it's a sad day in America because when people show you who they are, believe them.
What do they call it for now? Since it's called X, what do they call it when you make a post on?
I still call it tweets.
Yeah.
Twitter is still Twitter. Anybody listen to that X stuff? Everybody still like, even in the dictionary, you go to Wikipedia, it's Twitter. Yeah. You don't call it what, Xing? No, it's tweeting. There's no other word for it. But it shows that a lot that we have to do. And what we can do, we can show, maybe we're going to do a show, President Trump 45 and President Trump 47, the difference between the two administrations. Because right now, that president and this president, they're on two totally different missions.
Trying to erase history by getting rid of what happened with slavery.
Who would have thought this would have ever happened?
Not wishing Martin Luther King a happy birthday and now posting this.
If he could get, they probably trying to get rid of the freaking holiday. They want to dismiss Black History Month. That's why the White House is not acknowledging. That's why they didn't acknowledge Martin Luther King Day. That's a national holiday, a paid federal holiday.
And now I got this new thing of reverse racism.
That's Stephen Miller. That's his thing. This is what this is something that he had been working on. Reverse racism, like try to push that narrative, like we all dumb. We're like reverse race, nah, dog. We still waiting for our acres and a mule. Nah. And then saying, and white people got reparations for having slaves. They got reparations, but Black people didn't get reparations. And Trump's saying white people should get reparations.
Yeah.
Ain't that some bullshit? It's like insanity on a whole nother level. I'm like, am I really hearing this stuff? But people, you know what? People hear it. People are not falling for it. And we got to pray for this country. We have to pray. I don't know what kind of prayers they did at that prayer breakfast that Trump went to, but Jesus wasn't there. Jesus is not a part of that with Miss Paula White and all them. I don't know what kind of job they doing. This man is hitting rock bottom. That's not what Jesus is not about. There's no hierarchy with the color of your skin in heaven. There's no such thing. So I don't know what they're doing, but they're not praying well enough for that man. And they see all the racism that's going on under his administration, all those little imps, those are devils roaring behind him. Like, we white people, we gonna make sure we gonna keep them suppressed so that we can be superior. Hell no. That's the plan. That's always been the plan.
Yeah.
They're years ahead of us, always. Imprisonment of Black men, KKK, Jim Crow, all this stuff that goes on. They're years ahead. Let us reverse the Civil Rights Act and say that white people are discriminated. White men are discriminated against.
That's the thing.
And don't give Black people reparations, but everybody else, from the Native Americans to the Japanese that was in Pearl Harbor encampments, everybody got reparations. Jewish people, except for Black people that were brutally abused and murdered and raped, and just everything was taken from us in this country.
But that's the thing. There's a lot of white people that don't agree with this and what this administration has been doing.
That's why it's not going to work.
That fight for Black people's rights in different.
That's why it's not going to. They fought then and they're fighting now. That's why this is not going to work, because Trump administration has everybody against them at this point.
Yeah.
You have everybody. Every nationality is against now this administration. You know, however they think this is working out, if it's not for the betterment of all of us, then it's going to fall on its face. It has to be for the betterment of all Americans. And until they get that memo, they are going to fall on their face. It's not going to be no one ring people or one ring this and people in this day and time that we're living in that are going to go along with this. It's not happening. People are fighting and they getting out there in the cold, below zero weather. I'm talking about white people.
We're not delusional. This is the truth. Even
You know,
if you
when
don't like
people
it.
talk like that, they're afraid.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the truth. You don't even address it because
Yeah,
they
looking at the comments. I just saw
yeah,
it.
they are afraid of the truth.
Yeah.
And they want us to continue believing our lies that we're seeing on live TV in front of our faces, coming out of their mouths with no excuses, and we're supposed to like act like what, we don't see it or we don't comprehend what's going on. You do that.
We're supposed to be like
you stay in your bubble land because you feel safe in bubble land, but that's not the real world. That's not the real world. And people that's watching this from all over the world, they looking at us. It's people on here from all over the world. They looking at like, what's happening to America? All these National Guards in the city, killing American citizens on the street, all the fighting, all the brutality. People are what? Now what he's doing to Black Americans and former presidents, all they are watching us. They don't follow us any longer. We were supposed to set the standard for the rest of the world because we're supposed to be humane. We're supposed to be the helpers of the world. Ain't nobody following Americans now. They don't even like us in these other countries now. They have no respect for Americans. Our children, they say our children can't even read. American kids can't read. Most of them are reading just on the 5th grade level. They can't read. We're dumbing down, and the rest of the world, the kids, they learn 3 or 4 languages, how to speak 3 or 4 languages fluently. And our kids are dumbing down. Then you brought all these immigrants in. The teachers can't teach the American kids who already suffered from when we had COVID. They weren't in school, so they already got dumbed down from there. And then now the teachers got to pay attention to kids that can't even speak the language, and our kids are not learning. And we got people with a board of education that they said one was a part of wrestling or something. People who aren't even qualified to be running the Department of Education. Our kids are losing out. They're losing out. And then they wanted the books that they wanted to feed the kids was homosexuality and all these things, trying to tell a child that they need to change their gender and they only 8 years old. I mean, this is crazy, all the stuff that goes on. Kids don't have a chance in hell with these crazy ass adults. Yeah. Adults are these kids are losing out. This generation, y'all gonna have to depend on yourselves. God's gonna have to bless y'all just with common sense from a 6-year-old. You got parents trying to put dresses on their sons. It's like teachers trying to change their sex, telling them what we
were primates and stuff.
It's a mess. It's a mess. You know, so this is on both sides. Both sides. So I'm an independent voter. We're gonna talk about a lot more of this, but if we don't change our direction, we're going down. See, what they're waiting for is the next big thing to happen. Like Venezuela, they thought it might be a war with that, but they went and captured the president, Maduro, and his wife. We're taking over their oil and holding them captive. We talking about Greenland, you know, we want Greenland. It's like we got a lot of stuff going on. And if there's a war, Trump knows that if we have a war just like Zelensky, you can maintain your office and there can't be any elections. So I do think they want a war out of this before that Trump administration is up. So it's a lot going. They have a war, he leaves, or something happened to him, then J.D. Vance could slide on in there, you know.
This is now make America racist again.
Yeah, make America racist again. This is terrible. But anyway, we are going to we got a lot of work to do, and I thank all my fellow Americans, Black, white, indigenous, Indians, Asians, Hispanics. We gotta all pull together. It's coming to the point we have to pull together. And I'm not talking about fighting for no LGBTQ and non-citizens. I'm talking about for Americans.
You think Obama and Michelle's gonna reply to this?
I don't know if President Obama and Michelle are going to dignify this with a response, because they're Harvard graduates. I think it's beneath them to address it, but I think it's expected for them to say something.
Yeah.
So I think that they're listening to everything that's being said, what's going on, but they're not shocked by his behavior. They're not like surprised.
It's crazy because him and Obama was just having a conversation recently.
But that doesn't. But
Yeah.
But that shows what's in Trump. That shows everything about who Trump is. You know, it shows who he is. Like they said, when people show you who they are, believe them. I believe them now. I believe you, Trump. I believe you and your administration. So when y'all stand up there, like we're looking at y'all side eye, when y'all have your press conferences and stuff, if it's not for the betterment of all Americans, then we got a problem, Houston. It has to be for all of us. That's the only way that this country is going to survive and progress. It has to be for all of us. When you start trying to fight every American, then it's not going to work out for this administration.
See the poll?
Yeah, what the poll says before we jump off. Oh yeah, happy Friday, y'all.
It says, do you believe Trump's post was racist? 62% said yes and 38% said no.
Okay, y'all did a good job.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, the majority of people, see, and the 38% that said no is no truth in you. The devil is a liar, because that's out and out. So anyway, you guys, we get ready to jump off. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe. We're going to be covering the Super Bowl. I have another channel called Speak the Truth. Oh no, this is the channel. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm exhausted at this point. But I have another channel called Speak the Sports, and it covers NFL and NBA basketball. Is a new channel. So go and subscribe to my channel. I am going to put some stuff up, with the different quarterbacks I like and what's going on about the draft, all that kind of stuff that will be coming up in the future. And we'll start covering some NBA because I love football. So I've been just following the teams. Go ahead.
And to the people in the chat, you want us to see something like so bad, just good super chat.
Super chat us if you want us to read what you have to say. We will respond to you.
Yeah.
And we have my other channel is called Pray to All Here, and I'm developing that channel. This is what the worship to all have heard, and that's why I got my idea of my channel name, Pray to All Here. And I'm gonna be posting I'm going to start with the book of Psalms, and I'm going to go through the book of Psalms, and I'm going to be posting, different, scriptures from Psalms, because I love Psalms. And then after I finish the entire book of Psalms, then I'm probably going to do Proverbs. And I am going to be highlighting my digital pastor, Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, I'm sorry. He got 3 first names, Philip Anthony Mitchell. So I love his ministry. I love everything about him. So go to Pray to All Here, subscribe, give it a like, and subscribe to Speak the Sports, because I want to build that channel up, because this is like a whole lot of stuff. But you gotta have fun in life. So I love sports. I don't know how many of you guys are gonna watch that halftime show, because I wanted to do a video, but I didn't expect this. I was gonna do a video on the halftime show about Bad Bunny. But I couldn't even get to Bad Bunny.
I'm starting to think it was better with Joe Biden's auto pen.
Oh, it was better with Joe Biden auto pen. Damn, we falling bad. I gotta apologize to most of my family anyway. So look, we've been ostracized for all this. So anyway, so subscribe to those channels. But I think Pray to All Here. That's for you guys, because we need Jesus. And you go in there now. I did Psalm 91. Go listen to it. Give it a like, subscribe to that channel, because Jesus is king. Like Trump got that video, like he's supposed to be the king, and he got all the animals bowing to Trump. No, people are going to bow to the King of Kings. The only bowing that's going to be done is to Jesus.
Every knee shall bow.
Every knee shall bow, and every mouth shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, and that he died for our sins and he was raised again. And these these are facts. So what's going on now, this too shall pass. But keep alert, keep watching. Keep watching. Don't go for what's wrong. See, I would never defend what's wrong. I can't, because it's Jesus lives inside of me. I can't.
And I'm not voting for you, JD. If you hear this, I'm not voting for you.
He can forget it. You keep following them racist people in your administration. Keep following them. Keep following them. But this country is going to they're going to revolt against all of this. It's too much. You're not for the people. This administration is not for the people.
I know it's viral on Twitter, well, X right now, what Trump just did.
It is. It's viral on, yeah. This is going to be viral for this because this is black. Y'all don't know how significant this is. That's why it's so offensive and insulting and dehumanized. This is Black History Month. This is a president that's so racist that he didn't acknowledge Black History Month with saying the contributions that black people have made to this country. Like early in the administration, he said he wanted to have a garden. He wanted to show like Tiger Woods and different people, Harriet Tubman, Kobe Bryant. He wanted to show the great works of Black Americans. We're not African Americans, we're Black Americans. And then now, this was like the first few months of his administration, and then he don't flip the script to this. He don't flip the script to this. This is not what he was saying in the beginning of his term. So we're here now, and we're not going to go along with it. You know, we're not going along with it. There's no way in hell that we be voting for J.D. Vance or any of y'all. Yeah, this is a done deal, dude. It's a done deal. They think that they could say and do whatever they want to Americans, and people are so dumb that they're going to go along with it. They're not. The white community is revolting against this. Yeah. And that says everything. When you got our white brothers and sisters saying this is wrong, that's when change comes. It doesn't come, we've been saying it all along as a community, but when they step up and they've had enough and they're fighting this, they're being shot on the streets. Yeah. They're being shot in the streets. They can't say nothing about Alex Petty. He was a school teacher, 37 years old. He was shot 10 times.
And a mother of 3.
And a mother of 3? Renee Good?
Much respect to them.
You know, this is a lot's going on. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to jump off. I want to go out to eat, enjoy myself, enjoy your Friday. We will be talking about the NFL. We wanted to talk about Bad Bunny, but Trump, what we wanted to talk about when he did this post, it was like, we saw it this morning. My son was like, come on, Mom, we got to go live. We got to go live.
Saw it. I was
he was so upset. He was like, Mom, we got to talk about this. Yeah. And like, you know, I was trying to work on Pray to All Here because it was important to me to put up Psalm 91. I got to take care of God first. So God put in my heart to do Psalm 91. And I need him for the technical because I don't know how to do all of what he knows how to do with all the different apps and all the, you know, you got to do a lot of editing for videos. And I needed him to do it, so I got to wait till he get around to it. But it was pressing on my heart to get it up. So since I put that time and effort in, please go and listen to Psalm 91. It's going to bless you, and it's protection over your family. You should say it every day over your family and over your loved ones.
What was the thing that one guy said in this that was really great?
Oh, you talking about Bakari?
Yeah. What did he say again?
What? Talking about about oppression, opportunity, or something. Yeah, I forget how he said it, but it's somewhere else in our video. But anyway, you guys, we're going to jump off. Thank you for spending your time with us. Enjoy your Friday. You know, who do y'all want to win in the Super Bowl? Do you want the Patriots to win, or do you want the Seahawks to win? Because none of my teams are playing. So I'm glad. I'm glad because it stressed me out when I want my teams to win, which are the Bears, because I love Caleb. I love the Eagles, and who else I like? I was with the Buccaneers until they got really shallow, and I was for the Jaguars until Travis Hunter got hurt. See, I've been following them from college to the NFL.
I don't believe they're still.
I don't know. Yeah. But Travis, I was looking forward to him, and then I was following some more of the other players that were former Colorado players. And now Shador with the Browns, he just did the Pro Bowl. I don't know how he got there, but God is a God of miracles. So Shador's at the Pro Bowl, but I wish him the best of luck because God will open up doors that no man can shut. They did everything to shut that young man down, and then he's at the Pro Bowl. So, we're looking for Shallow to go to the NFL. So Just got to have faith in God. Everything's God's timing. And God, believe it or not, man is not in control, y'all. God is in control. So all these people that think that they empowered and they the big dog on campus and people are bowing to them, God is in control. And there's only one king, and his name is Jesus.
And Trump needs to
Uh-huh.
really make sure he's like faithful, because him saying he doesn't think he's gonna get to heaven isn't good.
You want to read the last one? Read one of them, and then we're going to jump off. Yeah, well, that's what it is. He's going to find out who wants to burn a lake of fire forever. Read this one. I think this is a good one.
There's
Good.
a bunch of trolls on
Not
here,
this
Mom.
one. Good scripture, whatever.
Okay, this is a good one.
I told you. Read it.
God's scripture says for us to watch, pray, Psalm 91, watch God turn all of Trump's attempts to hurt us onto his own. It's beautiful.
That's right. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, amen. That's the truth. What the enemy means for harm for you, God turns it around and fall right back on you. So when you try to plot wickedness and stuff, even Proverbs talk about that. That people sit back and they plotting wickedness and all that against you, it falls back on them. Because God is all-knowing. He's omnipotent. He sees all and knows all. So what they have planned for us is going to fall right back on them. And that's because God is in control. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So anyway, you guys, go over to Pray Till All Here. Pray Till All Here. It's spelled just like what it is. Pray Till All Here. And subscribe to my channel. I'll put it, I don't know if it's in there, but you'll find it in the link, and Speak the Sports. And we will be on those channels this weekend because this is the Super Bowl. And I don't know how many of you guys are going to watch, who y'all want to win. I'm just glad that I'm so hyped when my team is playing because I can't even watch them. I'll be like, like I'm playing. So I'm glad. I was a former cheerleader. So it's hard for me to watch sometimes. But for my sports channel, I got to watch. But I'm glad that I will be calm because I don't care who wins. The only person people I really follow on the Patriots right now is Stephon Diggs. They expect him to do great things. And, I just know a few of the players on the Seahawks, but I don't really follow those teams. Hey, Atlanta, we were there in October joining Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell at the State Farms when he had access. This one, the shirt's 2819. Is anything on the back of this one? Or it's just the front? Yeah, so we were there and we went to the State Farm Arena that sold out. They said the State Farm Arena never had that many people ever in the history of that stadium. It was like 20,000 people out on the street. And we went there just to pray, and people came from all over the world. It was like 60,000 of us. It was only for prayer. It was no entertainers. It was none of that. It was all for Jesus. And it was a wonderful thing. So we'll be back out there, because that's our pastor, and he's doing great things, and he is a man of God. Y'all want a real man of God? Check out Philip Anthony Mitchell. Okay, we're jumping on because I want to go out to eat. God bless you. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you perhaps tomorrow, if not Sunday. We're going to be talking about the game, but that's probably going to be on Speak to Sports. Unless Trump do something else and he responds to, if Trump responds to what happened and his administration, if there's more news on this, or President Obama, former President Obama speaks on this, then we will comment. We will come back on. We will comment on it.
Do you think that Trump would do a news briefing, just talking about this?
Oh no, he's not gonna do a news briefing. This was intentional.
And apologize?
No, he's not gonna apologize. Trump is not gonna apologize. He's not gonna apologize. This was intentional. This wasn't by chance. And then you had all that backlash. You still left it up for 12 hours. Anything that goes on that the president knows. Nobody's going to touch his account and he doesn't know about it or he doesn't okay it. So he's responsible for whether he personally posted or not. He's responsible for what was put on there.
Yeah.
So he's in agreement with it. So that, and then to do it, it was intentionally done Black History Month. Why you want to chime in about the election 2020? Why? Why are you still talking? You're the president. You're the president twice now. This 2026. That's 6 years ago. Let it go. Like, frozen, let it go. You know, just move on at this point. You are the president. So why you want to bring this up and do all this insulting, disrespectful acts that's going to offend Black Americans and white Americans and Asian? You got people of every ethnicity talking about this, just in case people on here that are racist, that think it's okay. And just because, like I said, you support Trump, that does not mean you're disloyal by not going along with everything he does.
Well, if he wants more votes, this is losing votes because now.
Oh, he don't. Well, they're not looking for more votes. Obviously,
he said he wants more votes.
He don't want more votes.
Yeah.
He gonna make sure whoever run again, they're not gonna get our votes. So he, you know, and nobody agrees with everyone and anyone and everything.
Oh.
We don't agree with everything.
Oh, thank you. Someone said they stand with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, nobody agrees. You don't agree with your husbands and wives, your family, everything. Nobody agrees with everything. It's okay to say something is wrong and still support his administration. But don't stand there and don't call out something that you know
Like
that is overtly that's wrong. And then you're going to say, oh, maybe it was a mistake. Oh, maybe it was this. Oh, come on now, stop.
Oh, it's the Democrats that's going.
Yeah, this is a way now they're going to blame. It was wrong. And they know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. It's wrong. Period. That's not debatable. So anyway, I'm jumping off. I want to go out, enjoy my night. God bless you guys. Thank you for the likes. Y'all can still hit some more likes on the way out. Make sure y'all subscribe. And we'll pray for this country, this nation, and just pray for your families and go and check out Psalm 91 on my other channel, Pray Till All Here. God bless you and peace out.